Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ohsweken Speedway here on G-Force TV. Epic racewear night. It is back to school backpack night for all the kids, and we are ready to go with our 4 divisions of racing. 360 sprints, crate sprint cars, the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks, our mini stocks, and those Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks are first up on deck. Adam Ross has the starting lineup for heat race number 1.
Well, let me tell you, here's how they're going to come to the green flag. On the pole, starting first out of Hamilton, the 43 is Kyle Andrus. On the outside of row 1 and the 13 from Brantford, it's Casey Huffman. In the second row, we've got the 11 of Go Fast Teeple from Thorold. And the 427 from Binbrook, it's Tim Phelan. Starting 5th from Hamilton, the 25 is Ken Sargent. Starting 6th from Hagersville, the 75 is Ryan Barry. Starting 7th from Caister Center, the 41 is Adam Plazik. Starting 8th from Ohsweken, the 93 is Melissa Miller. And in the final row, it's Donnie Lampman from Caister Center in the 28D and Jamie Googe out of London in the 76.
Ready to go, 8 laps the distance for these Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock qualifying heats. Andrus and Huffman bring us to the first green flag of the night here on Epic Racewear Night.
They fan out 4 wide on the front straightaway, wasting no time as Tim Phelan to the outside in the 427. He'll drag race with Casey Huffman off of turn number 2, but a great run off the corner as they race 3 wide for third. Go Fast Teeple down low, Kyle Andrus in the middle with Kenny Sargent up high.
Phelan will lead the lap with Huffman and Sargent right there, second and third. I believe I heard Doug say all cars will qualify. There are 29 entered tonight. Normally 28 would make the feature, so everyone will make the A main here tonight for the Thunderstocks.
Ken Sargent up on the wheel tonight in that 25 machine. Lets the car drift up the racetrack. Kind of squeezes Casey Huffman out of the picture there coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, he did. He is a rocket ship right now in that second spot. Ken Sargent has not had the season he would like to have in that number 25, but here he is closing in on Phelan for the top spot.
Tim Phelan's been knocking on the door of a podium finish, wouldn't you say, Greg?
Yeah, I think so. It's getting about that time where you'd expect to see it very, very soon.
And, you know, as much as we've got a lot of cars who have a lot of speed here at the racetrack, there's really only one spot available on the podium. It's been Ryan Beagle, Dave Bailey. Who's going to share the spotlight with them?
And a lot of nights it's been Mark Fawcett right there in third. So even to get on the podium has been a tricky feat here in 2022. But there are some drivers definitely capable of being able to do that.
No, that's the fun thing. And, I mean, that's just the caliber of the cars and drivers we have. Ryan Beagle and Dave Bailey are just really, really good.
Across the line goes Phelan. 3 laps left to go here in this first qualifying heat of the night for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock. Sargent's right there, but a car length off the back deck lid. Phelan's 427. He'll close the gap down in 3.
Tell you where he's missing is coming off the corner. The car just drifts a little bit on him. He doesn't get the forward bite that Phelan does. Where he gains is driving down into the turn like he does just there. And if he can force Phelan into a mistake, contact out of turn 2.
Good job saving that car from spinning both of them out there in corner 2, and they'll continue at it off of corner number 4 to the white flag.
One more time around, and again, that is the move. He's going to drive it down into the corner, but he hasn't been able to get the forward bite. However, Phelan going up over the edge of the traction, up into the fluff, Greg.
Phelan leads into 3. Here comes Sargent with one last try. Huffman riding back there in third to the checkered flag. Phelan will win it over Sargent, and it's Huffman in the third spot. Go Fast Teeple in 4th. 5th goes to Donnie Lampman. Then it's Adam Plazik, Ryan Barry, Kyle Andrus, and Melissa Miller. The running order at the end of that first qualifying heat for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks.
Hey, I got a trivia question for you, Greg.
I'm not good at trivia.
You know the really loud music that plays during our countdown?
Yes.
When it ends and the intro starts, does that intro have sound?
I've never heard it.
I've never heard it either. It just dawned on me that it goes from loud to silence, and the graphics are amazing. I wonder if there's sound with that. That would sound really cool if there was.
Spencer says there is, so we'll take his word for it.
Okay, there you go. Well, you failed again, Greg Collin. On the bowl of heat race number 2 in the 53 out of Jerseyville, it's Logan Schwedick alongside him. You're not seeing double. There are 2 55 cars here tonight. This one is from Caledonia. Tricky Bobby Mike Thorne in the 55. Starting third from Canfield, the 32 is Mark Fawcett. Starting fourth in the 97 from Burlington, it's Ron Logie. Starting fifth from Ancaster, the 19 is Kyle Wirt. Starting sixth from Hagersville, the 93K is Mike Klazinga. Starting seventh, it's Frank Turkey out of Ohsweken in the 17. The 24RK from Ohsweken is Kai Bomberry. Nate Claus drives the 48. He's from Ohsweken, and rounding out the field from Guelph, the 79 is Christopher Hale.
Looks like Frank Turkey won't make the call. Don't see the 17 out there, so we'll soldier on here. 8 laps the distance. Logan Schwedick leading the way. Here comes Mikey Bobby, Mike Thorne on the outside. And down to the bottom, it's Mark Fawcett in the 32.
Well, I think Mike Thorne has the line everybody will want coming off of turn number 4, although Schwedick and Fawcett both got a good run. Schwedick going to lead that lap, but Mike Thorne still up on the high side, which seems to be the preferred groove unless you're 3 or 4 wide and getting squeezed way up the track.
Yeah, Ron Logie, I thought he was going to slip in there as well. He'll tuck back in behind Logan Schwedick, this time by complete lap number 2 here in the second qualifying heat. We see some great shots from the drone following that battle between Schwedick and Thorne.
Yeah, Fawcett out in front. Schwedick second. Logie working the bottom, battling side by side with Thorne, and then 3 in a row, Kyle Wirt, Christopher Hale, and Mike Klazinga.
Very good race cars in this qualifying heat here tonight, all capable of getting feature wins. Some of these drivers in this pack, you look at Mark Fawcett's been on the podium a number of times this year. Ron Logie's come close. Look at Logan Schwedick. He's a previous winner, as is Mikey Bobby. Kyle Wirtz won this year. Chris Hale's been really coming on strong. And the way Mike Klazinga's run this year, he is right there close to getting a feature win.
Yeah, he could definitely get it done as Kai Bomberry, a rookie in that 24K, pulls down to the inside or stays down to the inside. As Fawcett goes by, now they're going to race 2 wide. Around the outside of Kai Bomberry, it's Ron Logie and Logan Schwedick. And you can see Kai building up some confidence out there in the 24K. He's a teenager. Blake Bomberry's nephew, and I'm told we may see all 3 generations of Bomberry out here on the racetrack together before the end of the year.
Nice, that'd be great to see. Possibly next week then. 2 laps left to go for Mark Fawcett out in front of Ron Logie, Logan Schwedick, and then that pack there of 4 cars all going at it.
Fantastic racing. For 4th on back, Klazinga just ran it up to the cushion, pointed it down the racetrack, gets to the inside of Kyle Wirt. He's going to try to find racing room to the outside of Hale and the inside of Wirt, and he made it work.
Final time around this clay oval, it's Mark Fawcett way out in front of Ron Logie as we come to the checkered flag this time by Schwedick. They're in 3rd, and then that battle for that 4th spot. Hale on the bottom, Thorne up top. Checker comes out for Mark Fawcett.
He'll take the win over Logie, Logan Schwedick, and then it's Thorne, Hale, Klazinga, Wirt. So just real quickly, folks, the 24K of Blake Bomberry, or Kai Bomberry, if you're on social media, Blake Bomberry made a post about some really ignorant fans in the grandstands last week, actually in the pit side grandstands, making unnecessary comments, and Blake thought they were over the top, so he went and talked to the gentleman in the stands and explained that's his nephew. He's never driven a car before. But the reason I want to bring that up, Doug Leonard is the race director and talks to the drivers. Kai Bomberry earned a starting spot last week in the feature event, and Doug talked to him and said, look, you're off the pace, but here's what we want you to do. Run the bottom, try to hold a line. I'll let you know on the one-way radio what's going on. If things get too heavy, we'll send you off the racetrack, but if you do that, that's how you're going to learn. So Kai Bomberry deserves a big round of applause because it's tough to swallow your pride and go out there and compete like that. But there's no place for ignorant. You're more than welcome to boo drivers you don't like. That's part of the fun. But when you get carried away and you go over the top, these people have wives and moms and sons and daughters in this, and even if they don't have those in the grandstands, mind your manners, because those fellows in the grandstands are lucky that Blake Bomberry's a gentleman, because I might not have reacted quite the same as he did.
Well said. Very well said. I mean, each driver has to have their own learning curve, right? And not everyone starts at the same level. So
it's
I
hard.
thought, yeah.
I was talking to Kai tonight. I wanted to go up and meet him, and I said, if it was easy, anyone would do it. So hang in there and learn what you can learn. Here we go for heat race number 3 on the pole in the 28 from Keister Center. It's Jim Lampman. Starting second out of Ohsweken, the 13.5 is Brian General. Starting third in the 108, he's from Port Robinson, it's Zach Bleach. Starting fourth from Harley, the 37 is Robert Hoskins. Starting fifth in the 23 from Hagersville is Trevor DeBoer. Starting sixth from Victoria, the 84 RK is Ryan Beagle. Starting seventh from Hagersville, the 49 is Dave Bailey. Starting eighth from Ohsweken, the 55B is Braden Burning. And rounding out the field from Port Colborne, the G8 is Gino Duguay.
Off they go. Third and final qualifying heat tonight for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks. Again, all drivers will qualify, and here comes the 108 of Bleach. Working the bottom side, Zach Bleach, door to door with Jim Lampman.
Jim Lampman set himself up real well coming off of turn number 2, driving downhill, but he goes up to the outside, gets a bit of a wiggle. Let's see who's going to lead at the stripe. They're side by side. It'll be Lampman over Bleach with Trevor DeBoer right behind.
Lampman on the outside of Bleach. They continue door to door with Bailey and DeBoer side by side behind that. Trevor DeBoer with a really good solid run a week ago in that 23 machine, really starting to turn the wick up.
And he took some heavy damage to the right side door of that 23. He narrowly avoided. He was part of an accident, but kept the car rolling. But the damage didn't slow him down in the least.
Side by side they go. There's Bleach on the bottom, Lampman on the outside as they roll off a corner 4 another time. This time it'll be 3 laps up on the scoreboard. Still 5 to go here in this third and final qualifier for the Thunderstocks.
Fun battle at the back. Braden Burning and Gino Duguay at the back of the pack, about half a straightaway behind the pack. But up at the front, they're side by side with Bleach still working the bottom. Jim Lampman still running that same line where he hits the cushion, basically points the car down the banking to make the straightaway just a little bit longer.
Good battle for this lead. There's a good fight going on. We saw it there in the split screen for a moment. There it is again with Bailey and Beagle and DeBoer 3 cars wide into corner 3.
Beagle sends it deep down into the corner in that 84, and we are under yellow.
So if we combine Bailey and Beagle, we get a bagel. Is that what you're...
Listen, on the right day, everything seems like some sort of food to me.
I heard that,
If
Angie.
you have to whisper and tell me something, this microphone goes out to everybody in the building. Is it juicy? Yep. We'll wait until later.
Hey, Adam, there's a yellow flag. Oh, that was excellent. Got a couple of happy birthdays. Happy 8th birthday to Benjamin Sturck and Spencer Rusendahl. Happy birthday, Benjamin and Spencer.
Hey, look, I wrote it down. That cream you wanted from the pharmacy. It's in. Uh-oh. Drone down. Did we have footage of it going
there
down?
it is. There's the shot. Everything's upside down.
Oh.
Where is that? Backstretch?
They're looking for it now.
They're looking for the drone. Green back out here in this third and final qualifier, halfway through this one, and the battle up front. Lampman and Bleach about to get some company with Beagle and Bailey right there on the back door.
Down into 3 and 4, they're still 2 wide, 3 rows deep. Rob Hoskins and Trevor DeBoer not really letting these 4 leaders get away. They're still a tightly bunched pack.
Bleach out in front. Look at this pack of cars with Beagle down to the inside of Lampman. Bailey kind of boxed in behind there. Trevor DeBoer hanging with the pack as well as they work it off the corner. 2 laps left to go.
Zach Bleach out in front with no way to know what's going on behind him. Jim Lampman holding off the advances of Ryan Beagle. Beagle's moved to the bottom of the racetrack. Earlier on, he was way up on the high side. Now it's Dave Bailey working the high side, and Jim Lampman will try to close in and have one last run at Zach Bleach.
Final time down into corner number 1. Bleach running that middle groove. Lampman right behind him. Beagle in third, Bailey fourth, and DeBoer in fifth. Let's see how it shakes out in the final couple of corners.
Off of turn number 4, Bleach holding that pretty line down low. He's going to take the win over Lampman, Bailey, Beagle, DeBoer, Hoskins, Bruning, General, and Gino Duguay. So this was actually fairly relevant, Greg. She wrote down her note, and she was in line out there, and a fella talking to her said he's from Australia, and when you flush the toilets, the water goes down the same way as it does here. Everything I thought I knew about science is blown away as we have a look at the drone chasing Trevor DeBoer.
That's what it feels like to roll in corner 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyhow, do you remember we were talking about that?
I remember that.
Because your reaction was unimpressed.
I'm still very unimpressed to know that fact. Why was that a secret? Why'd you have to whisper that? All right, here we go. Cool Kids Ice and Water Core-Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. 3 qualifying heats tonight. Here's how they line up for heat race number 1. On pole from Niagara Falls in the 70 is Bailey Hurd. To his outside from Wilsonville in the 94X, it's Scott Hall.
Hey, yo.
Going third from Dunnville in the 15, it's Ryan Turner. Alongside him from Brantford, car number 10, downtown, Mitch Brown. Good to see you here tonight. Starting in the 5th spot from Grand Island, New York, the 21K. That's Kyle Phillips. And his outside from Waterdown in the 0C, Cole McDonald. Starting 7th out of Port Colborne in the 5D is Jacob Dykstra. Rolling off from 8th, it's Holly Porter from Dorchester in car number 1. And starting in 9th in car number 18 out of Dunnville, that's Nathan Jackson. Nathan Jackson driving for the Burger Barn team here tonight.
Okay, if I'm a team wanting to win a championship, I might have a filler car. If I had the opportunity to run an extra car, okay. I could be wrong.
Green flag is out and off they go, and they fanned out across the line there. Bailey Hurd has the early lead, but Turner and Brown side by side. Nathan Jackson up high in 2.
Nice save by Nathan Jackson. Gets up over the banking. He'll carry on about a half a straightaway behind. Out in front, Ryan Turner leads by half a car length over Bailey Hurd.
Ryan Turner has been so good in that Nitro 54 variety, number 15. Except for that blown motor during the Monday night show here, he would be in the thick of the championship chase tonight.
Instead, it's his brother with a sizable lead, but still has to have a decent night here to take home the championship. As what a battle we've got for the 4th spot. Kyle Phillips has it, but Holly Porter and Jacob Dykstra applying the pressure. Good
battle between these 3 as they work it down into corner number 1. Porter has the spot over Phillips. Dykstra right there behind as we watch him go down into corner 3, this time by halfway home.
Kyle Phillips with a couple of wins this year at Brighton Speedway with the Southern Ontario Sprints.
Impressive young driver, won with the topless sprints down at Southern Ontario Motor Speedway a couple of weeks ago, or last Friday night, I believe it was actually, for Kyle Phillips.
Wow, Jacob Dykstra just came across the racetrack there. He lost all the grip in that 5D and was headed for the wall. Did a nice job to keep it off the wall as we've got 2 laps to go.
It's all Ryan Turner out in front over Mitch Brown. Then you've got that fight for the 3rd spot. Holly Porter working the bottom on Bailey Hurd. They'll go wheel to wheel into 3.
White flag is out. Holly Porter down low with the spot over Bailey Hurd in that 70. Ryan Turner coming off of turn number 2 right up by the concrete. Looks like he's going to take the win.
Off of corner 4, checkers out. Ryan Turner gets the win over Mitch Brown. 3rd place, a good drive by Holly Porter up to the 3rd position over Bailey Hurd. Jacob Dykstra, then it's Kyle Phillips, Scott Hall, and Cole McDonald complete the running order in that first qualifying heat. So Ryan Turner out of Dunnville picks up heat race 1 win.
While we wait for the heat race number 2, we've got a bunch of people here that I want to welcome to the racetrack tonight, Greg. One of whom, AJ Miller here with his mom. He's had a tough summer battling some health issues. So glad you could get out to the racetrack, though. And we'll share some more information about what's up with AJ and how people might be able to help as the season goes on. And a whole bunch of the Searles family here tonight. rolling into the racetrack, enjoying the show. Man, they travel with a pack.
Liam Martin's got some family here from Scotland, and I'm not talking Ontario either. The Scotland. Ann and Scott Glenn. And group of family members cheering from Section E. So welcome here. Ann and Scott here to cheer on Liam Martin, who will line up in this qualifying heat on the pole for Heat 2 out of Mississauga, the 17X. That's the highlight man, Mac Demand. To his outside from Scotland, the 87X, it's Sean Evans. Going from third, out of right here in Ohsweken, car 0, the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Stiers, into his outside, the current point leader from Tilsonburg, the 13, that's Corey Turner. Going from fifth out of Brantford, Little Bend 110, Jake Brown. Going from sixth, Derek Jonathan out of Lewiston, New York, in the 81. Starting in seventh from Hamilton, the 01K, that's Mikey Crutchkin. And going from eighth, he won last week. He's got the most wins this year. From Binbrook, car number 9, Liam Martin. And going from ninth, from Six Nations, his first start in this car, Johnny Miller, the Iceman, in car number 20.
Looking forward to see how the Iceman handles the 360. A great opportunity for this youngster as the green flag flies on heat number 2.
Off they go into corner number 1. Mac Demand and Sean Evans will wheel it down the backstretch, wheel to wheel into corner number 3. Glenn Stiers. This is his type of track tonight, I think.
Get up on the wheel and hang on tight. Keep your foot to the floor. That's how Glenn Stiers made his name in sprint car racing.
Mac Demand out in front. He comes oh so close to that backstretch wall off of corner number 2. They are turning some quick laps here tonight. Sean Evans second, then it's Jake Brown, Glenn Stiers, and Corey Turner.
And I'll tell you what, Johnny Miller was in the back, and I could see he's trying to stay out of the way of these points racers, but he's got plenty of speed to race with them out there.
Yeah, he's looking good right now as he's battling with Liam Martin and Derek Jonathan right behind Mikey Krutchka with 3 on the board and 5 to go.
You could see he was being a little bit hesitant, but now I think he's getting some confidence to go out there and do his thing. Meanwhile, out in front all by himself, it's Mac Demand, who just about knocked down the turn 2 wall. He's going to do it again. Why not?
Good fight going on for the second spot. Jake Brown and Sean Evans going back and forth, and Corey Turner closing in on them, as is Liam Martin making some moves now as he approaches this battle.
Glenn Stiers sliding backwards in that zero machine. Liam Martin closed in a big old hurry on the front stretch. Mikey Krutchka trying to keep pace, and Stiers, man, he just cannot keep traction in the zero machine. 2
laps left to go for Mac Demand. He has been pulling away since the drop of the green flag. Jake Brown in second. Now it's Corey Turner working on Sean Evans for the 3rd spot.
Wow, what a crossover by Liam Martin on Mikey Krutchka. Stiers and Krutchka just about make contact down into turn number 3. The white flag is out.
Here they go down into corner number 1. I'm watching Krutchka and Martin. Meanwhile, at a corner number 4, Mac Demand will get the win. It'll be Jake Brown to the 2nd spot. Then at the line, Sean Evans over Corey Turner. And then Liam Martin, Mikey Krutchka.
By 1/1000th of a second, Sean Evans over Corey Turner.
There's your heat race winner, Mac Demand, on the 17X.
Championship night here at the Big O.
Yeah, championship tonight for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars, as well as our Strickland GMC Brantford Crate Sprint Car Division. Stock Cars have another week of action next week, where we'll see 358 Modifieds and Dirt Sportsman here. Sprint Cars will have the night off, but championship night for our winged teams, and here we go with heat race number 3. Starting on the pole from St. Catharines, the 46 is Kevin Pauls. Going second from St. Williams, the 21, John Burbridge Jr. Pulling off third, DJ Christie out of Beachville in car 5. And alongside him from right here in Ohsweken, the 68, Aaron Turkey. Starting in 5th from Caister Center, the 11, Jamie Turner. Going from 6th, Josh Hansen from Beamsville in the 88H. Jim Hoopenden lines up in 7th. He's from Fenwick in the 14H. And Nick Sheridan with some work to do starting back in 8th. He's from Mount Bridges in the 45.
8 cars in this qualifying heat. I'm not sure if they'll send a couple of cars home at the end of the night or if they'll start all 26, but we'll find that out as the evening goes on.
driver in this heat with a feature win this year. In fact, a couple of them. Josh Hansen has a pair this year. Everyone else yet to taste victory lane. DJ Christie picked up one win last year with the Knights of Thunder. And, of course, Jim Hoopanen, multi-time winner in the 360 sprints. As is Aaron Turkey, who got a win last year as well.
Wow, Aaron Turkey heads immediately to the outside. Big run, and then he has to check up at corner exit. Keeps the pack bunched up. Come on, Pauls, lead this lap. Lead this lap.
Look at Nick Sheridan from the back, and he's up to the 4th spot, challenging DJ Christie as they come across corner number 2. Oh, Sheridan gets the door closed by Christie, and Hansen, good battle back there. Meanwhile, it's Turkey out in front over Kevin Pauls.
How about Kevin Pauls? That's got to be his first lap led in sprint car competition. Didn't lead it by much. He lost it shortly after, but good for him. That's a milestone that he can mark in his racing career as they're going nuts behind him. 3 youngsters duking it out. Even if Jamie Turner was fast enough to get up there, he'd be staying right where he's at.
Kevin Pauls doing a nice job holding on to 3rd. Now as Josh Hansen will move by him. Now Sheridan will work on the 46. Cross flags up in the air. Aaron Turkey leads over Hansen, Pauls, Sheridan, and Christie.
You know, we often talk about dry, slick conditions being a great equalizer. The track is a little bit heavier tonight, and what that does allows someone like Kevin Pauls, who hasn't quite got the finesse down yet of a slick track, to get a little bit harder on the throttle and gain some confidence behind the wheel.
He's looking really good right now, riding in that 4th spot. He's got Jamie Turner and DJ Christie bearing down, though. 2 laps left to go for Aaron Turkey.
Twice more around, the best battle on the racetrack is that battle for the 4th spot. Looks like Christie going to head to the outside. Jamie Turner going to stay down low. Christie will pick up the spot up high. Here goes Turner to the inside.
White flag out for Aaron Turkey over Josh Hansen and Sheridan. Christie now has Jamie Turner reeling him in the 11 machine as the leader heads into 3 for the final time.
One more time around for Aaron Turkey, who takes the checkered flag over Josh Hansen, Nick Sheridan, DJ Christie, Jamie Turner, Kevin Pauls, Jim Hoopanen, and John Burbridge.
So there's Aaron Turkey, heat race winner. Having some solid outings here as of late in the 68. And how about the run for Kevin Pauls? Like you say, first lap led, we think, in a qualifying heat for Kevin Pauls. And just looked racy out there. The tacky track, I'm sure, as you mentioned, played into that, Adam. But he looked good and continues to improve.
And you have to understand, racing is much more than about who comes out and wins on a given night. Because there are teams, believe it or not, who come to the races knowing that they're not going to contend for victory. But let's pick on someone. Jamie Googe in the 76. The night he can run with the pack and they get all the bugs worked out, that's going to be a win for him. Kevin Pauls hopefully leading a lap there will be a win for him. How about Jordan Hill bringing his 2-week-old baby to the racetrack? They've already won. They're having a great time out there. Here's how they're going to line up for heat race number 1 in the Strickland's the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet crate sprints. Last points race of the year, and I still haven't got it right. On the pole from Ohsweken, the 99 is Josh Hill. Alongside from Rockwood, the 94 is Ryan Fraser. Starting 3rd from Thamesford, the 7 is Eric Gledhill. Starting 4th from Ohsweken, the 28 is Jordan Hill. Starting 5th from Rockwood, the 74 is Rob Neely. Starting 6th out of Port Colborne, the 16R is Seth Roy. Starting 7th from Listowel, the 97 is Sheldon Bender. Starting 8th from Brantford, the 49L is Lucas Smith. Starting 9th from Georgetown, the 2M is Steve Murdoch. Starting 10th from Ohsweken, the 77E is Ashton Van Every. And rounding out the field from Brantford, the 69K is Ken Hamilton. Eleven cars make up this qualifying heat lineup for the crate sprints. Our 2 championship contenders in the same heat here tonight. Gledhill in the 7, Lucas Smith in the 49. Smith has some traffic to deal with.
Yeah, Smith right now working to the inside of Rob Neely, trying to get that 5th spot right behind Jordan Hill. He'll have it at the line. Out in front right now, it's Ryan Fraser. Josh Hill got a little sideways, still trying to save it off of 2.
Yeah, Josh Hill really had his hands full out there. You don't often see Lucas Smith lift for anything in a sprint car. He checked up for Josh Hill's 99.
Yeah, it's a little too early to give a championship away right now in the night. And Lucas Smith, who usually will just put it anywhere at any time, he's probably driving a little bit cautious in this qualifying heat, just knowing he needs to get to the A main first to complete his task.
It's a very challenging way to have to race. Anytime an aggressive offensive racer has to race on defense, it is very challenging as Lucas Smith closes in on Hill, but out in front, it is all Ryan Fraser.
Yeah, Fraser looking good right now in the 94 with Eric Gledhill, that Oakwood Transport, number 7, riding in the 2nd spot. Smith now gets by Hill into the 3rd spot to put Hill back to 4th. And Josh Hill holding on to the 5th spot as the pass back by Jordan Hill goes by Lucas Smith. Lucas gets back by him.
Beautiful crossover by Lucas Smith. Jordan Hill with a great attempt to retake that 3rd spot. Wasn't to be, as we've got 2 laps to go for Ryan Fraser.
Fraser looking really good right now, flexing some muscle in that number 94. We know he can get it done in a race car. He's come a long way already here in this crate sprint car division, and now the 2 championship contenders are at it. Lucas Smith goes by Eric Gledhill.
Lucas Smith goes by on the inside. It'll be a great passing points race for Smith if he can hang on to that spot as the pack goes by. It'll also be a great job by Ken Hamilton in the 69, because I believe this will be the first time he's run a heat without getting lapped.
Yeah, looking good right now as the checkered flag comes out. Ryan Fraser gets the win over Lucas Smith. Eric Gledhill, Jordan Hill 4th. 5th is Josh Hill. 6th, Rob Neely. 7th goes to Murdoch. 8th is Roy. 9th, Bender. 10th is Ashton Van Every. And then Ken Hamilton completes the running order.
Little things that people don't notice, but good job for Ken Hamilton. This is an uncharacteristic racetrack. We haven't seen it look like this most of the season, so this will be a fun night. It's always fun when you give the racers something a little bit different. Clinton Jeffrey, what's going on?
Hey guys, we're down here in turn number 3. This is your Case IH track report. You got to see, guys, it is starting to roll up a bit here, so this stuff is going to continue to be pulled up by the sprint cars in big chunks and flung up to the outside. Some of it will get packed down, but a lot of this is still very moist, guys, and as you work it up, starting to dry out near the top, but it's going to be kind of an inconsistent track tonight. Things will be all over the place. We'll watch it as the night goes on. Also, just want to mention, guys, Lucas Smith, you know, he offered to bring his car out for a corporate ride-along. We definitely want to talk about that. Championship week, Lucas said, yeah, I'll let some guys drive my car, no problem. We said, Lucas, we can't let your car go out this week. Well, someone wrecks. He said, I'll just borrow one. Just goes to show the kind of drivers we have here at him. We'll talk a bit more about our Fresh Stone Brands ride-along day in a little bit, but some great stories came out on Wednesday here at the track.
Oh, for sure. Really cool stuff, Clinton. Good to have you with us. White flag is out on this one. Here's how they'll line up on the pole from Thamesford. The 45 is Curtis Gartley, alongside from Ridgeway. The 85C is Cam McKinnon. Starting 3rd out of Waterloo, the 19D is Alan Downey. Starting 4th from Ancaster, the 16X is Keegan Baker. Starting 5th from Fonthill, the 08 is Stephen Beckett. Starting 6th from Kitchener, the 50LS is Adrian Staley. 7th, the 51s from Ancaster is Trevor Young. 8th from Thamesford, the 14 is Larry Gledhill. 9th from Brantford, the 88 is Lance Erskine. And rounding out the field from Ohsweken, the MK8 is Matt Hill.
Curtis Gartley heads into corner number 1 with Cam McKinnon there. Alan Downey right in tow as they work down the backstretch for the first time. A couple of cars making moves from the back. Trevor Young and Lance Erskine.
Yeah, Keegan Baker got a little bit crossed up there in 1 and 2. Adrian Staley had to take evasive action. It worked out pretty well for the 50 machine, though. Launched himself up into that 3rd spot, but out in front, it is all Curtis Gartley leading the way over Alan Downey.
Here's the battle right now. We're watching Cam McKinnon on the inside. Erskine right behind him. Stephen Beckett in the thick of it as well. And a couple of cars behind them. Larry Gledhill as he'll slip by Beckett. Trevor Young to the outside of him.
Keegan Baker gets loose again there in turn number 2. That allows Hill to get by. Curtis Gartley crossing off another lap. But look at this battle for 4th on back.
You know, Trevor Young's had a lot of speed recently and really seems to have that 51 tuned up. He's another driver I'm sure likes this tacky track here tonight.
Cam McKinnon, what a great job he's doing. A youngster who was injured here on opening night, I believe. Yep. Was out for at least a couple of months, but back behind the wheel in that 85 machine. Doing a nice job out there, running right between Young and Gledhill. In fact, he's going to make a pass on Trevor Young in the 51, and he'll take over that fifth, sorry.
Curtis Gartley leads the way over Alan Downey in second. Then it's Staley and Erskine, who's having a really good run right now in that 88. He's tracking down Adrian Staley. Here's the battle down into 3.
I don't think Erskine's had the kind of season they were hoping for, so it'd be great for him to end it on a high note. It's a long off season. You want some positives to be able to build on.
Curtis Gartley comes to the white flag. Alan Downey in his tire tracks in the second spot. Then it's Staley and Erskine. And the battle for 5th is McKinnon and Young at it. Young has the spot with Beckett trailing them.
Great 3-car battle out there as Gledhill loses a spot to Matt Hill. Checkered flag in the air. It'll be Curtis Gartley for the win. Alan Downey second. Staley going to come home third. Fourth, it'll be Lance Erskine. Who's going to round out the top 5? Trevor Young in the 51. Then it's McKinnon, Beckett, Hill, Gledhill, Keegan Baker.
Still one more qualifier to go for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division.
Another beautiful Ohsweken Speedway sunset over turn number 3. And heat race number 3 rolls out onto the track. Here is how they will line up. On the pole from Kitchener, the 2 is Travis Hofstetter alongside him. And from Ohsweken in the 77T, it's Tyler Paulus. Starting 3rd in the 29W, he's from Woodstock. It's Tyler Ward. Starting 4th from Ohsweken, the 9C is Brian Nanico. Starting 5th from Dorchester, the 48 is Andrew Marshall. Starting 6th from Freelton, the 12DD is Darren Dryden. Starting 7th from Salmon Arm, BC, the 26 is John Verney. Starting 8th from St. Thomas, the 4 is Jesse Costa. Great to have this driver back. Starting in 9th from Bowmanville, the 31 is Dale Curran. And starting 10th out of Wainfleet, the BS 39 is Brett Stratford. So Dale Curran, wow, couldn't spit that one out. Driving the 31. Do you know where he was racing last week, Greg?
No, I don't.
On the beach, Ventura, California. And that racetrack is like if it was 10 feet further, it'd be in the ocean.
So literally on the beach.
On the beach. Look at that sky.
Beautiful night here at the Big O as we get ready for the final qualifying heat for the Crate Sprints on their championship night. Hofstetter and Paulus bring us to the green flag.
Paulus goes down to the bottom line into turn number 1. He'll take the lead down the backstretch. Darren Dryden makes a move up to the 2nd spot. Jesse Costa looking to shoot the gap up the middle. Now he thinks better of it. He's back in that 5th position.
Tyler Paulus out front, the Juniors Riverside Bait and Tackle 77T with Darren Dryden. He's been the fastest car all year. He's got the most wins, but hasn't had Lady Luck on his side for every night.
Yeah, when he didn't win, he just didn't get the finishes he needed.
Upside down one night, in fact, that ended his night and really hurt his championship chances, but he is right here challenging, trying to reel in Tyler Paulus for that lead.
Is there anybody in the field who you feel more strongly is going to be our next first-time winner over Brett Stratford in that 39? And there's some good choices out there.
Well, there's 2 in this heat that I'm thinking of. One's Tyler Ward, I think, is getting there, but Tyler Paulus has got the equipment, I think, and he's really getting better every week in the 77T.
He sure is. He's holding off Darren Dryden right now. Dryden looks to the inside onto turn 4, but Paulus has enough giddy up off the corner to maintain the lead. But as I say that, Dryden drives to the inside going into turn number 1, takes the spot. Paulus takes it right back.
Great battle through 3 and 4. Off the corner they go. 2 laps left to go for Tyler Paulus with Darren Dryden right behind him. Good gap back to Tyler Ward and Jesse Costa 4th.
Not only did Paulus take the lead back, but he took the lead back and slammed the door shut on Darren Dryden. That was a confident move by the driver of that number 77. White flag is out. Oh, we got one around in turn number 2.
Brian Nanicoke will bring out the caution. 1 lap left to go in this qualifying heat.
Now, Brian Nanikoke was one of the drivers who brought his race car out to the track on Thursday. And we'll let Clint walk us through that when he gets a chance. But it was a corporate day. They took some sponsors and some partners out in the two-seater, but then they thought, we want to give people a real experience. So, Clint, I'll let you tell the story from there.
Yeah, so we had our friends from Fresh Stone Brands, some new executives that are interested in the motorsports world, and we'll find a way to get them fully immersed by putting them in a race car. And we had a couple of ride-alongs for them so they could ride in the two-seater sprint cars, or some of them were brave enough, and our drivers were brave enough. We put on an all-call. The Thorin family Racing brought over their mini stock. Kyle Wirt offered up his Thunderstock. Brian Nanikoke brought over his 9C car that's getting pushed off in turn number 2. They were awesome. Adam, they let anybody who wanted to get in take them for a ride, and it's Lucas Smith also offered, but as we mentioned, Lucas going for the championship. We were like, no, we can't let you bring your car, Lucas. But what a great job by our racers to just offer them up. Kyle Wirt's car actually did get crashed up by one of the girls who was driving it. He put it back together, said no problem, and maybe it'll make it faster. So great attitude by all the guys, especially Kyle Wirt, who took it very well, but we're super impressed with our racers that they would offer up their very expensive toys and race cars to give some first-timers a shot, and it was an awesome day.
Job well done. Is that our second yellow flag of the day, I think?
I thought you were going to say it's our second drone of the day.
That's our second drone also.
We did lose one.
Did we get a report from Abby on what went wrong?
Yeah, it came back like mashed spaghetti, so he'll figure it out.
We know the result. That reminds me of a joke, but I'm not going to tell it.
Here we go, back to the green flag. Tyler Powless, Darren Dryden fighting it out of the front. Will be white flag this time by.
Riding up the inside of Powless. He clears that number 77. Powless drives it deep on the high side, but right now the bottom's got lots of grip for Darren Dryden, who takes the white flag.
One more trip around for the driver of the 3M DJD Graphics, number 12, DD. He'll stretch his advantage now for Tyler Powless, and now Jesse Costa's worked his way into the third spot.
Little deeper, the battle for fifth rages on. Darren Dryden takes the win over Powless, Costa, Stratford, Ward, Hofstetter, Curran, Verney. John Verney has screwed me up because I wanted to call you Keegan Baker, but you're about 4 times Keegan Baker's age.
So that concludes qualifying for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division. One division left to go with their heats, and it is the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks, 1 week removed from their biggest race of the year, the Art Hill Memorial. So no doubt some of these drivers had some work to do to get their cars back ready to go after a long outing, 42 laps last week, but they're ready to go. 32 Mini Stocks here tonight. Heat race number 1 lines up like this. Steve Miller's on the pole. He's from Paris in the 79. Christopher French from Stratford in the 54 lines up second. Starting in third from Brantford, the 46, that's Ashton Dickey. And from the 4th spot, are we calling him by name tonight?
Yep.
Okay, that's all over with. Rob Twitchett from Cambridge in the 69. Going from 5th, from Caledonia, the 11 is Mike Giberson. From 6th, Paul Longboat out of Ohsweken, the 188. Mike Sarantakos in the 6X from Smithville. He lines up 7th. And Rick Van Cleef from Vineland starts 8th in the 52. What did Rob have to say about your no-naming night?
He thinks the announcer's curse is still on. He said, no, you talked about me while I was still coming off the track. I said, the damage was done.
Green is out. Christopher French jumps out to the early lead, and here comes Ashton Dickey on the bottom side of that 46 machine.
Dickey on the bottom, then it's a couple of old-timers. Steve Miller in the 79, the pinball Mike Giberson in the 11. They battle for the 3rd spot. Rob Twitchett found a problem on that race car this week. More so than the fact that he can't see over the dashboard. He said he had a cooling issue on that 69.
Well, he's riding in the 5th spot right now, and tell you what, Mike Giberson's car's had a lot more speed here the last couple of weeks. He really struggled with this new car. In fact, I think at one point this year he had his older car out, but that car's definitely running much better for the pinball.
Yeah, it's pretty sporty out there. French out in front with Ashton Dickey trying to close in. Rob Twitchett looked to the outside of Steve Miller, but there was no room. Miller with a big run down the backstretch. He'll go to the outside of Giberson, take over the 3rd spot.
Cross flags out for Christopher French over Ashton Dickey. Then it's Guyberson, Miller, Twitchett, and Sirentakos. 4 cars going at it. Trying to track down the top 2, and Ashton Dickey's closing the gap on the leader.
I was going to say that Dickey is closing in. I think Rob Twitchett just found something there in turn number 2. If he runs a little bit lower on the racetrack, there's a lot of bite, but there's only 2 more laps. He's got a couple of cars he'd like to pass before the end, but I believe French and Dickey, they're out of reach.
See what Dickey can do this time off of corner number 2. That's where he made up ground last time. Again, he's trying to close the gap on French as they go into corner number 3. Guyberson, Miller still 3rd and 4th. Twitchett leading that battle between Longboat and Sirentakos, and Twitchett goes up the track.
Good thing Longboat was there to catch him. The white flag flies one more time around. Guyberson in 3rd. Ashton Dickey has one more shot. He comes off turn number 2 down low, about 5 car lengths back from the leader, French. It's going to be a tough one, but he'll drive it in deep in the bottom of turn 3.
Off of corner 4 they come. Christopher French on the outside will get the win. Dickey in the 2nd spot. Then it's Mike Guyberson 3rd over Miller, Sirentakos, Twitchett, Longboat, and Van Cleef. So 1 qualifying heat in the books. 4 tonight for the mini stocks. 2nd qualifier about to head out, starting on the pole for this one out of Caledonia, the 265. It's Mike Evers. And lining up 2nd, Jason Tolton from Guelph in car number 1. Pulling off 3rd from Waterdown, the 0-1, it's Tristan De Silva. And from the 4th spot, out of Hamilton, car 12, Don Deagle. Ryan Hiller finds himself in position number 5. He's from New Hamburg in the 21H. And alongside him with a feature win this year, Eric York from Smithville in the 51. Starting in 7th, Martin Schroeder out of Beachville in the 60. And going from 8th, it's Nico Hansen from Beamsville in the 27.
So interesting story, Greg. Jeremy Hughes wins the biggest race of the year for mini stocks, takes home the $2,000, and then sold his car.
Hey.
So that's a good week.
Big payday that week.
Yeah, not bad at all. He is here tonight, but instead of driving the 10J, he's driving the 10X. Mike Evers came up to me at the start of the night. Adam, I figured it out. We've got the problems fixed. Mike, I'm not going to believe you till the end of the night. That poor guy. Gremlins have haunted the 265, but let's see if he got things sorted out. This is what the start of all of his heat races look like. He drives out in front, he gets the lead, and then about 3 laps in, the car lays over. So let's see if he can do it. Evers out in front, Tolton in that one machine, keeping the pressure on. Tolton going to work the outside into 3.
Yeah, this car's had speed this year, the 265 has, as he goes side by side with Jason Tolton. Evers leads the lap over Tolton in the 1. Tolton's had an up and down year. He's had some really good solid runs, and then he's been right in the middle of problems that weren't his.
Well, speak of the devil, problems that aren't his. Tristan De Silva in the 0-1 Jib-sponsored entry. He's battling with Mike Evers for the 2nd spot. He's been on the wrong side of a few transactions this year, just wrong place, wrong time.
Eric York right behind him, and he had to make a move there to avoid the 265 of Evers, who got up into his lane.
Evers has so much speed, the car won't turn now.
Jason Tolton coming to the cross flags in this one over De Silva. York up to 3rd over Evers. Hiller now working to the outside of Evers. Ryan Hiller, another quick car that needs some good fortune here to get his way to the concrete. Good fast car, good driver.
Mike Evers.
Wow,
comes
lap
up
3.
lame on the backstretch.
And you called it, lap 3. 2 to go for Jason Tolton. Here comes York now. He'll challenge Tristan De Silva for the 2nd spot. Takes it a little hard there in the quarter 1.
Down the back straightaway they go. Tolton out front by nearly half a straightaway lead. De Silva holding off York. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all kind of equally spread out as they take the white flag. York running 3rd, Hiller. Then it's the 60 of Martin Schroeder, the 27 of Nico Hansen. York closing in to mount a challenge on the 2nd spot.
Checkered flag about to fly for Jason Tolton in the vacuum trucks. Car number 1, he'll pick up the heat race win. Tristan De Silva will hold on to 2nd over Eric York. Then it's Ryan Hiller 4th, Martin Schroeder 5th, Nico Hansen in the 6th spot. And then Mike Evers and Don Deagle complete the running order in the second of 4 qualifying heats for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks.
It kind of kept running, but not quite.
All right, heat race number 3 rolling out onto the racetrack. On the pole from Hagersville, the 26, Tim Newell. To his outside, Tim DeBoer from York in car number 9. Rolling off 3rd from Linden, the 11E, that's Jeff Elslager. And starting in 4th from Waterford, the 4, Wade Thorne. Starting in the 5th spot, Dusty DeBoer from Hagersville in the 23. Alongside of him, Nick Erskine from Brantford in the 64. Jeremy Hughes from Burlington driving the 10X. He'll start 7th. And Fabio Oliveri in the number 16 from Ancaster starts in 8th.
8 cars, 6 laps. Heat race number 3 out of 4 for the mini stocks. Then we got a couple of BE mains coming up. Newell down low in the yellow car. DeBoer up high in the yellow car. I should have gone with Tim. Tim down low in yellow. Tim up high in yellow.
They almost got together there. Here comes Thorne on the outside trying to take the lead away from both Tims.
Thorne does a good job on that opening turn 1 and 2 to get up to the high side and get a clean run. He'll take the lead at the end of lap number 1. DeBoer following in his tracks, and it's Elslager side by side with Nick Erskine.
How come all that talk at Tim's made me want a coffee? It's like a drug, isn't it?
Really is.
Thorne out in front. I need a Yeti to put my Tim's in. Thorne over Tim DeBoer. Jeff Elslager in the 3rd spot. Erskine working that outside line with Dusty DeBoer down to the bottom, and Erskine really has nowhere to go, boxed in behind these two.
Yeah, he's sort of waiting to see what's going to happen, but don't wait too long. Here comes Jeremy Hughes of the 10X. Out in front, Wade Thorne with a comfortable advantage.
That car has been strong. Kind of surprised he hasn't picked up a win yet this year, but he's been on the concrete. Although when Tyler LaFantasy's winning almost every week, it's hard for anyone to get to victory lane in this division.
Yeah, he hasn't been too big on sharing this year. Talk about competition, though. Fabio Oliveri, that 16 car, has been one of the faster cars all year long, and he's having trouble getting up through the pack.
2 laps left to go for Thorne over Tim DeBoer. Dusty DeBoer, and then Nick Erskine digging on the bottom, trying to get by that number 23, Elslager to his outside, running in the 5th spot. Here comes Elslager with a run down the backstretch.
Man, that was a big run off of the 2nd turn. The white flag flies. Wade Thorne uncontested, Tim DeBoer 2nd. Let's watch his battle for 3rd. Dusty DeBoer in the 23 and Nick Erskine in the 64.
Thorne halfway down the back stretch over DeBoer. Here's Erskine working the inside of Dusty DeBoer. Elslager still right there in the thick of it. As the checkered flag comes out, it's going to be Wade Thorne with the easy win over Tim DeBoer. And then this battle, who's going to get 3rd? Erskine had the run. He's got it at the line over Dusty DeBoer and Jeff Elslager. Then it's Fabio Oliveri, Jeremy Hughes, and Tim Newell completing the running order in heat race 3.
Jeremy Hughes throttling Fabio Oliveri as they come up off the racetrack.
I missed that.
You have to have your radar on all the time. Like I can smell anger.
He did the little dust burnout too on him. Up in corner 2 is heat race 4. Final heat race of the night rolls out onto the speedway. And the point leader goes from the pole. Tyler LaFantasy from Thorold in the 96 to his outside. Back in the 31 for another week, Jesse McDonald from Caledonia. Starting in 3rd from Waterdown, the 24, Rodney Rutherford. And from the 4th position from St. Catharines, the 77, that'll be Scott Brown. Going from 5th out of Ohsweken, the 555, Braden Burning. And starting in the 6th spot from Brantford, car 5, Dave Goodacre. From the 7th spot, Sean Cuse wheeling the 7B tonight from Beamsville. And Delaney Longboat from Ohsweken in the junior 188.
So Jesse McDonald not making the call for this heat race in the 31. He was scheduled to start on the outside of the front row. Instead, it's going to be the 77 of Scott Brown.
I'll tell you what, Braden Burning's numbers from last week to this week are a stark contrast.
Yeah, job well done. Rodney Rutherford immediately to the inside of LaFantasy. We've watched these two battle a few times this season. Rutherford has not been here every week, but he's been here a few times, always quick.
Off the corner comes Tyler LaFantasy over Rodney Rutherford. And up to that third spot. Do you have a 10, Jay?
Well, that third spot, yeah, they sold the car. That's Braden. That's Braden Bruning? No, that must be Broden. Will Weiler, I think. Clinton Jeffrey, help us out.
Help. Well, nonetheless, it's Tyler LaFantasy over Rodney Rutherford. Whoa, Rutherford really shot up there in corner number 2. Didn't get that corner quite the way he wanted it.
It doesn't help that they're not running transponders tonight, so that's a process of elimination for some of these cars. As we're halfway through this heat, LaFantasy out in front, Rutherford in the second spot.
Cuse right now running in the 4th spot over David Goodacre. It's all Tyler LaFantasy out in front. What a dominating season this guy's had. He could pretty much have taken the night off this week and next week and still won the championship, as he's got 6 wins on the season so far.
Pretty impressive year indeed, and it's more impressive when you think about the level of competition. No matter what division you're talking about here at the Big O, all of them are tough to win.
10 feature races so far this year for the mini stocks. Tyler LaFantasy in the top 5, all 10 races, plus the 6 wins. So that is what's got him way out in front this year. Second place, Fabio Oliveri has only been in the top 5 4 times, so that shows you the difference in the consistency for the 96 of LaFantasy.
LaFantasy will wheel it through 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is in the air. LaFantasy with the heat race win. Rodney Rutherford comes home second. Weiler, I believe, was third place.
Yeah, my race pass is still showing Jeremy May. So qualifying heats completed. That sends us to some B mains here tonight. And I believe it is the 360 sprints, as the Thunderstocks will not require a B main tonight. 8 cars in this one. 2 will go home. That one was easy.
Really?
And some very good cars in this. I mean, most of these drivers can make an A main. I would say all of them can, other than Nathan Jackson is not a regular runner in the 360s, but everyone else. Well, I mean, Scott Hall has been very impressive to me since joining in that 94X, and John Burbridge Jr. regularly an A main starter. So, boy, this is going to be an interesting B main. There's going to be some drivers going home that we're not used to seeing done for the night as we get ready for the B main.
It seems that most nights we really don't need a B main. There's enough cars, but someone will have a mechanical problem and they'll be done for the night. So everybody who's still running at the end has an opportunity. Tonight, it just so happens that we need one. Now, there is one car missing.
Yeah, Nathan Jackson is not making the call. So possible they've just decided not to run here in the B main as we get ready. Jim Hoopinen will go from the pole. Or to the outside, Glenn Stiers. Going from 3rd, Scott Hall. 4th will be Cole McDonald. 5th will be Derek Jonathan. 6th starting spot is where we'll find John Burbridge Jr. And 7th will be the Iceman, Johnny Miller. So Hoopinen, Stiers, row 1. Hall and McDonald, row 2. Jonathan and Burbridge, row 3. And Johnny Miller in his debut in that number 20 tonight. Man, he looked good in his qualifying heat. He slipped into that seat. Well, it's his seat now.
Yeah.
A different size seat, but very seamlessly.
A great micro sprint racer, and quite often, power to weight ratio, this is probably more similar to what he's used to than the crate sprints are.
Yeah, those carts on Thursday night, they can haul the mail for how small they are. And Johnny should be very well suited to this, and he's got to get by one car to get into the A main.
Gets around Burbridge out there, but I don't think this battle is done. Burbridge has some speed, so we'll watch through the middle of this pack as Johnny Miller looking to the inside of Scott Hall in the 94. He'll pick up another spot down into 3.
Yeah, John Burbridge Jr. is another driver that gets a lot out of that race car, and he is a good wheel man. Maybe not all the money in the world to compete with some of the teams, but he is a good wheel man in that 21J and makes a lot of good A-mains. Made some good money this year in the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals.
For sure he did. Oh, Scott Hall gets up over the back end. Well, he didn't make contact, but he had to take evasive action to avoid running into Johnny Miller. That allows Burbridge to close in. I like the line Burbridge is running. Low on the racetrack, but still where there's quite a bit of grip.
There's Scott Hall in the 94X. He's got that final transfer spot, and he has looked so good. Another one of the micro sprint drivers coming up into the 360s and fits in so well. As out in front, it's all Glenn Stiers over Jim Hoopanen.
Look at how tight that battle is from third all the way back to seventh. Only one of those cars not going to transfer, but any bobble by any of them could be lights out.
Halfway home in this one for the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Stiers. We watch the battle for the transfer spot. Burbridge working the bottom on Hall as they roll it down off of corner 4.
Now Scott Hall knows somebody's there, so he probably realizes he's got to get up on the wheel just a little bit, find some more speed as he works the high side in 1 and 2, and turn 2 is where that high side goes away.
Good side-by-side action for the third spot. Derek Jonathan and Cole McDonald, but the battle to watch is that 94X and the 21J for the final transfer spot. 8 laps on the board.
Remember, 12 laps is the distance. We often don't run the full 12 laps in the B main, but because this one matters, they're going to run it out. Scott Hall's got some ground to make up. Burbridge is not driven away, but he's out in front by about 3-4 car lengths, and he extends it every lap in turn 2.
Leaders now can see the back of the pack. Stiers and Hoopanen a half a lap lead over third place Derek Jonathan, with 2 laps left to go, this time by for Stiers.
Johnny Miller bobbled in turn number 1, but he's able to get back to the throttle pretty quickly in that 20. Scott Hall cut a good turn 1 and 2. He closes in on Burbridge. It'll be white flag this time for Glenn Stiers.
And he's got company. Jim Hoopanen is right there chasing him down as they go down into corner number 1. The battle for the lead is on. The battle for the transfer spot is as well.
Burbridge got loose there in turn number 2. It allowed Scott Hall to close in. The white flag is out. Meanwhile, this one's going to end. Glenn Stiers going to take the win. Hoopanen second, but let's watch the battle for 6th.
Off of corner 4 comes Derek Jonathan to third. Then it's going to be Miller and McDonald going at it. Miller takes the spot, and at the line, John Burbridge Jr. takes the final transfer spot over Scott Hall in the 94X.
Fantastic battle. What a great race. And that's more than just pride on the line, that's money. You start the feature race, you get paid.
Good battle between John Burbridge Jr. and Scott Hall.
And that's one time when I bet you it was a thumbs up. Those two drivers pulled alongside each other there.
Just think of the experience Scott just got in those 12 laps.
John Burbridge, like you say, he does a lot more with a lot less out there, a limited budget. And on a track where there's grip, John Burbridge is not good enough. Like, the equipment is not good enough to match his driving ability. When the track starts to slick over and you've got to search for grip and that big, expensive horsepower doesn't do you much good, that's when John Burbridge can shine.
It looks like we're getting close to giving away some backpacks here, so intermission is upon us. We'll take a quick break here on G-Force TV and be back on Epic Racewear Night here at Ohsweken Speedway.
Don't waste your time and money at the chain store. They got the best auto parts, brake parts, suspension parts, and dealer parts too. The website's so easy to use. The lowest prices and fast delivery too. All the parts your car will ever need. All the savvy folks are buying parts at rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com.
discovered fire, but Quick Wick perfected fire. Quick Wick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick Wick retailer at quickwick.com.
On the scene since 1949, Fast Eddie was born with a lead foot and a burning need for speed. His passion for speed and sport has been captured in this authentic collection of vintage-themed gear. Created for gearheads, riders, and racers, Fast Eddie truly encompasses the great Canadian racing culture we have from coast to coast. Drive hard, get dirty, and look good doing it. Fast Eddie Speedwear. Get geared up.
I've always had the spirit that I wanted to invent something new, and so when we got into clothing, I got immersed into it in the only way that you really understand how to build clothing is to become a pattern maker. That pattern maker concept started becoming very interesting to me because I went, I can make this better. Love it. Absolutely love designing. Doesn't matter whether it's a garment or an engine or a car, decals on our race cars. I love doing that. That's my forte.
Welcome back live to G-Force TV and Ohsweken Speedway as we get set for Epic Racewear Championship night for the sprints. And we got our Top Guns here. Our Nathan Ackland Top Gun Award winner means you passed more cars than anybody here in qualifying tonight, Aaron. Great start to your night whenever you can end up here on the front straightaway for the right reason.
Yeah, it's been an up and down season, but you know, the car's got a good power and a good setup tonight. I got to thank my guys for getting me hooked up, and I'm looking forward to this feature here.
All right, Aaron, you got a lucky backpack here. We're going to give it to one lucky kid.
Yeah, I'm going to go up right after this and get one lucky kid. This is the only bag I was able to make. So,
were you a good student, Aaron?
I was a really good student. Graduated right on time and got out of there as soon as I could.
Are you telling me if ever you serious?
What's that?
Are you telling me the truth?
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. I was on the road doing homework while we were racing with Glenn, so a lot of the crew guys can vouch for me.
All right, Aaron Turkey's going to go up there and get away. Darren Dryden, Darren, you'd had a great season so far. You're not going to end up tonight as champion, which has got to be a huge disappointment. With the type of season you could have had here, a couple of disappointments going to take you out of the running, though. But a good finish here, or a good start to the finish anyways, by winning qualifying.
Yeah, honestly, we're super happy with that. 6th to 1st, and top it off. We're going to be starting on the pole tonight, so we're looking forward to that. We've been running strong all year. Ohsweken's definitely been a track for us. It's definitely worked out very well, and got to thank my father, John Dryden, as well as Steve Gary for all the work they put in, and got to thank Nathan Ackland for putting up this award too. He is a huge support throughout this entire racing community.
Right on, there's Darren Dryden, your Nathan Ackland, Top Gun Award winner for the crate sprints tonight. And we'll get ready to do backpacks. Greg, you guys ready? We're going to come through the fence here. Give us a moment. We'll get going on this right away.
Yeah, we're ready to see some folks get these epic racewear backpacks. Sorry, kids, it's time to go back to school. And right now we're going to take another quick break here on G-Force TV. We'll be back. We still have a couple of B-mains to go before feature time.
So who exactly is Fast Eddie? More than just a man, it's the mindset that runs through our blood like oil through an engine. Whether on the track or on the street, Fast Eddie is the spirit that drives us to go fast and keep going. Born in 1949 with no time to look in the rear-view mirror. Every story is worth telling, and every piece of Fast Eddie apparel has its own. Celebrate our mindset. This is Fast Eddie. This is combustion culture. FastEddieSpeedwear.com.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick Wick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
You're so tasty. Drive me crazy. Ain't nothing I can do. Don't waste your time and money at the chain store. They got the best auto parts. Brake parts, suspension parts, and dealer parts too. The website's so easy to use. The lowest prices and fast delivery too. All the parts your car will ever need. All the savvy folks are buying parts at rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com.
Welcome back here live to Ohsweken Speedway as GeForce TV live as we give you Backpack Night presented by Epic Race, where we're giving away 100 backpacks to lucky kids down here. Eric Wheeler, you're next on my list. Come on down. We're going to throw through some more names here. Keep them rolling. Alexis McGrin. Rylan Hilterosh. Rylan Hilterosh. All right, so if you got your backpack, grab one quick and move on so we can make sure we keep trucking here. Will Gray. Jackson Martin. Jackson Schaaf. Owen Armstrong. Still got lots, right? I can still keep going? Spencer Evans. Ranson Miracle. Finley Holden. Ella Kalbfleisch. Dominic Trapasso. Lucas Bailey. Ever Riley. Kaylee Hess. Sloan Valls. All right, well, hold on for a second. Greg, do you got anybody to get through? Anything you need to get through up there, buddy?
Yeah, just going to say, I've got fan appreciation numbers here. We can do that, give them a breather down there.
Do that, we'll get caught up and find out how many more we have to give away.
All right, so folks, get out your admission tickets, and you can claim these prizes down to the main entryway in the next 15 minutes. First up, adult ticket 21393, 21393. Senior youth ticket 22178, 22178. Children's ticket 21273, 21273, and a season pass ticket 790497, 790497. I'll go through those one more time. And again, you can claim these prizes down to the main entryway. Adult ticket 21393. Senior youth ticket 22178. Children's ticket 21273. And season pass ticket 790497. Go down to the main entryway and claim your prize. So things just continuing on here on Epic Raceway. Back to school night, back to school night. I want to thank everything that Epic Raceway does for Ohsweken Speedway. All of our champions are suited with a brand new fire suit every year. And Clint, I think, has some more names.
Landon Farrow. Drew McDougall, Josh Woolsey, Jackson Hunter, 4 more we'll call up. All right. Looks like we still got about 15 or 20 to go here. How many of you guys got in your hands? About 6 or 7, 8? Natalie McKean, come on down. Linda McLaver. Lyndon McLaren. Sydney Daniel. Theo Arsenault. All right, we'll wait and see how many we got here.
Should mention 50-50 at $800. 50-50 at $800. Flag down the sellers in the pink shirts. As they'll be drawing that fairly soon once the features begin. So we'll take another quick break here on G-Force TV, and we'll be back in just a moment. B-Main still to come.
I've always had the spirit that I wanted to invent something new. And so when we got into clothing, I got immersed into it. And the only way that you would really understand how to build clothing is to become a pattern maker. That pattern maker concept started becoming very interesting to me because I went, I can make this better. Love it. Absolutely love designing. Doesn't matter whether it's a garment or an engine or a car, decals on our race cars. I love doing that. That's my forte.
You're so tasty. Drive me crazy. Ain't nothing I can do.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
Don't waste your time and money at the chain store. They got the best auto parts, brake parts, suspension parts, and dealer parts too. The website's so easy to use. The lowest prices and fast delivery too. All the parts your car will ever need. All the savvy folks are buying parts at rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com.
Welcome back live, G-Force TV here live at Ohsweken Speedway. We're calling a few more kids last call for backpack night as we try and send some kids back with some great stuff. Spencer Evans, Ranson Miracle, Kaylee Hess, and Addison McIsaac. Still last call for yous. All right. All right, so we still got all these backpacks. Again, looking for Brooklyn Waldschmidt. Brooklyn Waldschmidt. All right, we'll get 4 more out, and then we'll get them going. Caden General. Charlotte Lyris. Isaac Vanderbilt. Hey, how's it going? Give me 1 second. Aya Buck. Bryson Taylor. All right, I think that's it for now. We'll get back to you after the feature. We haven't given them all away.
All right, so continuing to give away some prizes here on Epic Raceware Night. Don't forget, next Friday night, We have no sprint cars next week. They'll have the night off, but we will have the 358 modifieds plus the Race of Champion versus Dirt Car Sportsman modifieds, plus championship night for the Thunderstocks and the Mini Stocks, all brought to you by Quick Wick Fire Starter. It'll be our final regular Friday night of the season, and that will lead us in to the 18th annual running of the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. 2 nights starting on Friday the 16th. September the 16th, Nitro 54 Variety presents the Canadian Crate Nationals. The Action Sprint Tour, $5,000 to win, plus the Knights of Thunder 360 Sprint Car Series. Just sprint cars that night, crates and 360s. And then on the following night, Saturday, September the 17th, Nitro 54 Variety and Aero Express present the 18th running of the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. $10,000 to win for the 360s and $5,000 to win for the Action Sprint Tour. Make sure you're here. You can go to the website and click the Buy Tickets link and get yourself all set up for camping and tickets at OhswekenSpeedway.com. If you go right at the very top of the website, you'll find the Buy Tickets link, and you can grab that link and click on it, get your tickets and camping space reserved for our final weekend of racing here in 2022. Hard to believe the season is winding down so quickly, but we would love to have you here for our final major event of the 2022 season. Don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be live on GeForce TV from Brighton Speedway. 2 nights of racing action. The Labor Day Classic weekend, always a lot of fun. It will feature the Knights of Thunder 360 Sprint Car Series and the Action Sprint Tour, both brought to you by Pinty's Delicious Foods. And again, that will be tomorrow night and Sunday night. Racing tomorrow night begins at 7 o'clock, Sunday night at 6 o'clock. We'll have it live for you right here on GeForce TV, or by all means, make your way down to Brighton Speedway, about an hour and a half east of Toronto. And a great facility with great atmosphere. You will not be disappointed if you head to Brighton Speedway. Go to BrightonSpeedway.com for all the information there. And Mark and Angie Rinaldi do a fantastic job at Brighton Speedway, and you will not be disappointed if you join us in person over the next 2 nights. But if you can't make it, by all means, check us out, GeForceTV.net, and tune in to the live broadcast as we get ready. B-Main Racing coming up now for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division. And this is how the lineup going from the pole. Out of Ohsweken, the MK8, that's Matt Hill to his outside from Salmon RBC. The 26, John Verney. Lining up in third from Port Colborne, the 16R, it's Seth Roy. And alongside from the 4th spot, out of Thamesford, the 14 is Larry Gledhill. Starting in 5th from Listowel, the 97, Sheldon Bender. And going from 6th, Ashton Van Every out of Ohsweken in the 77E. Rolling off 7th is Brian Anacoke, also from Ohsweken in the 9C. And going from 8th, out of Dorchester, the 48, Andrew Marshall. Starting in 9th, out of Ancaster, the 16X, Keegan Baker. And in the 10th and final spot from Brantford, the 69K, Ken Hamilton. Last chance to make it into the A main tonight for the Crate Sprint Car Division. White flag being displayed. I believe it will be 3 cars to transfer in this one. Adam, could you confirm that with Doug, please? I believe it's 3 cars. Oh, 7. I wasn't even close. All right, here we go. Ready to roll for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division. 7 cars into the A main. Who are they going to be? Let's see. The green flag comes out. 12 laps the distance. Off they go down the front stretch. John Verney jumps out of the early lead down into corner 1, but here comes Matt Hill and Seth Roy along with Larry Gledhill to the outside of the 16.
So important, Greg, to get a clean start out here right now. Bender in that last transfer spot.
Lap number 1, Matt Hill, the top of the board. Here comes Vernie to the outside of Larry Gledhill. Gledhill working that Oakwood Transport, number 14, into the second spot. Trying to track down Matt Hill as they work it off of corner 4. Hill leads the lap over Gledhill, Vernie, Roy, and Nanacoke the top 5. And then you've got Van Every and Bender still that final transfer car with Keegan Baker, Ken Hamilton, and Andrew Marshall on the outside looking in.
Good battle with Nanacoke, Van Every, and Sheldon Bender out in front. Hill is trying to drive away and leave the rest in their wake. He's doing a pretty good job so far. With 3 laps down, Gledhill slides up the track in 1 and 2, loses a little bit of ground to the race leader.
Sheldon Bender sits in that number 97 car. He's in the final transfer spot, and right now he's got a good cushion, but he doesn't know that. He has no idea. He can't even tell by the scoreboard because there's only 5 cars, the top 5 on there, so he has no clue right now where the next closest car is. He's got to go.
And if he's anything like us, he doesn't even know how many qualify.
True, that's very true. Here we go off of corner 4. Bender almost made it 3 wide as he works to the outside of Nanacoke and Van Every. Looks for a couple of spots there.
I'll tell you, Andrew Marshall is making some tracks in that 48 machine. He's starting to drive away a little from Keegan Baker. We're halfway through. 12 laps is a long time, so we'll keep an eye on Andrew Marshall. See if he's able to close in on Van Every and Nanacoke out there with the final 2 transfer spots. Sheldon Bender gets out of shape in turn number 2. Nanacoke picks up that position.
Matt Hill, one of our Friday Night Thunder drivers, looking very stout here in this B main in that Nitro 54 variety, number MK8. Hill leads over Larry Gledhill and then Seth Roy in third.
Top 3 have driven away out of harm's way. John Verney as well, probably in that 26 machine. Not a whole lot to worry about. But behind them, as you said, Greg, they're racing there in a pack with no idea of what is behind them.
And right now, all those drivers qualified, but trying to advance their positions just in case the unknown behind them creeps up on them. And here they go again. Bender rolling the outside line, looking good right behind Van Every. He'll work around Nanacoke.
This time when Hill comes by the start-finish line, it'll be 2 laps to go as Sheldon Bender gets right out of shape in turn number 2. He's got the 6th spot. Brian Nanacoke with the 7th and final transfer position. 2 more laps to go. Andrew Marshall has not been able to close that gap.
Vernie and Van Every right now going at it in the 77E and the 26 behind the top 3 as the white flag comes out for the MK8 of Matt Hill.
Matt Hill out in front. Nothing between him and the checkered flag, but some smooth Ohsweken clay. He'll get it done off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is in the air. 2nd place going to go to Larry Gledhill. Seth Roy, he'll bring it home 3rd. Then it's a nice run. Van Every up to 4th over Vernie, Nanacoke, Bender. Failing to qualify tonight, Andrew Marshall, Keegan Baker, and Ken Hamilton. So did you see the sign down there, Greg? The couple came up all the way from Fairport, New York. They said, we really want our picture with Clinton and Adam, but tell Greg to stay in the tower because he sounds miserable. They actually didn't want a picture at all. We kind of forced ourselves upon them.
That sounds like you, Adam.
4. Oh, this is a Consi coming out. I thought we were into features. 4 qualify from this one.
Sometimes we don't know how many qualify. Sometimes we don't even know what race is coming out.
Is this a Thunderstock?
Mini stock B main. Brought to you by HRW Automotive. And it's Paul Longboat lining up on the pole in the 188. He's from Ohsweken to his outside. Rick Van Cleef from Vineland in the 52. Mike Evers will start in 3rd from Caledonia in the 265 to his outside. Don Deagle out of Hamilton in the 12. Starting 5th from Hagersville, the 26th of Tim Newell. And going from the 6th spot out of Burlington, the 10X, Jeremy Hughes. Jesse McDonald in the 31 from Caledonia, scheduled to go 7th. And Braden Burning from Ohsweken, the 555. And Delaney Longboat in the junior 188 in the 9th spot. But only 6 cars made the call, so a few not making it out here.
And I'll tell you, if this is a 3-lap Consi, I like Mike Evers' chances. If it's a 4-lap Consi, I'm sorry, Mike.
Well, he's charging on the bottom, making it 3 wide down the backstretch. Van Cleef and Deagle to his outside. It's side by side for the lead.
Watch this open up. The Mike Evers line is going to work well. Newell down on the inside, pushes up into Longboat. They're both able to maintain that advantage, but Mike Evers didn't quite get to the end of lap 1 this time, and that 265 laid over just a little bit. But what a pack of cars, 6 cars racing for 4 positions.
Yeah, they're all tightly bunched right now with Longboat out in front over Newell. Then it's Hughes trying to weave his way up into the battle for the lead. He'll take the 3rd spot away.
Don Deagle looks to the inside, and that number 12. Bit of a slow crossover move for Deagle. Mike Evers looks to have the giddy up back in that 265 as Longboat continues to lead the way over Newell, with Jeremy Hughes closing in 3rd, and Mike Evers down there in the Evers line running 4th.
Halfway home in this one, 3 laps left to go. It's all Paul Longboat out in front. Following him, last week's winner of the Art Hill Memorial, Jeremy Hughes in the 10X. Tim Newell behind him. Mike Evers winding it up on the bottom.
Don Deagle just on the outside looking in. Van Cleef as well in that 52 as there's 2 laps to go. Evers up to 3rd, Newell back to 4th. That opens the door for Don Deagle. He'll look to the inside of Newell through 1 and 2.
Good battle for that final transfer spot. Battle heating up for the lead as Jeremy Hughes is right there trying to drop alongside the 188 of Paul Longboat. He'll slip to the inside with Evers in 3rd, and then that battle for the final transfer spot. White flag is out.
Don Deagle about half a car length from where he needs to be. He's right up to the driver's door on the Newell machine. Oh, contact! Newell goes around Deagle up the track. Van Cleef gets through with the 4th spot.
Wow. Checkers coming out. Paul Longboat off the corner will pick up the win. Hughes in 2nd, Evers 3rd, and Van Cleef will get the final transfer position over Tim Newell and Don Deagle.
Well, that sure was something.
Oh, Van Cleef took an extra lap. Doesn't Doug frown upon that? Would it cost the spot?
I don't think it would. It'd get him a stern talking to. Well, we've got some downtime. A happy 5th birthday this weekend to Xander McKinney. Thanks for coming out and spending it with us. And we just met Kevin and Lisa from Fairport, New York. Drove 4 hours up here. I should have hid behind the sign. Good from there up, Greg. But all the way up from Fairport, New York. That is the power of live streaming and giving it away for free. They drove 4 hours to watch what they could have watched from their living room, and it's way better to be here in person. That's what we believe. That's why we do it. Thanks for being here. Race fans, I'm going to introduce the starting lineup as it is on the sheet because I believe 1 car has gone to the back and it will make a big mess of our 28-car lineup, and I can't do math that quickly. Scheduled to go off on the pole from Brantford in the number 13, it's Casey Huffman. Alongside him from Thorold in the 11, it's Go Fast Teeple. Starting 3rd, the 427 from Binbrook is Tim Phelan. Starting 4th, the 25 from Hamilton is Ken Sargent. Starting 5th in the 75 from Hagersville is Ryan Barry. Starting 6th from Caister Center, the 41 is Adam Plazik. Starting 7th in the 28D from Caister Center is Donnie Lampman. Starting 8th from Jerseyville, the 53 is Logan Schwedick. 55 is Mike Thorne from Caledonia. He'll start 9th. Starting 10th from Canfield, the 32 is Mark Fawcett. Starting 11th from Burlington, the 97 is Ron Logie. Starting 12th from Ancaster, the 19 is Kyle Wirt. Starting 13th out of Hagersville, the 93K is Mike Klazinga. Starting 14th from Guelph, the 79 is Chris Hale. Starting 15th from Caister Center, the 28, it's Jim Lampman. Starting 16th from Port Robinson, the 108 is Zach Bleach. Starting 17th from Harley in the 37 is Rob Hoskins. Starting 18th from Hagersville, the 23 is Trevor DeBoer. Starting 19th from Victoria, the 84 RK is Ryan Beagle. Starting 20th from Hagersville, the 49 is Dave Bailey. 21st from Ohsweken, the 55B is Braden Burning. 22nd from Hamilton, the 43 is Kyle Andrus. 23rd from Ohsweken, the 93 is Melissa Miller. 24th from London, the 76 is Jamie Googe. 25th from Ohsweken, the 48 is Nate Claus. 26th from Ohsweken, the 24K is Kai Bomberry. Starting 27th from Ohsweken, the 13.5 is Brian General, and rounding out the field from Port Colborne, the G8 is Gino Duguay. That is your 14-row starting lineup. So Casey Huffman has gone most of the way to the back, but I've got to believe the 4 cars behind him probably also went to the back. So 5 cars went to the back. Casey Huffman was supposed to start ahead of those 4 cars. He'll still start ahead of those 4 cars.
These trucks will pull off on the backstretch. We'll get ready to go with our first feature of the night. 20 laps the distance for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks. Here they come. Phelan and Teeple on the front row.
Keep in mind, the last few weeks, Dave Bailey or Ryan Beagle have been into the top 5 by lap 3. Let's see who's able to make it work and get through the field, but they are fanned out 5 wide going through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, they are stacked up, and we got one around as Braden Burning goes around to the 55. We'll see if he can keep it rolling or if we'll go under the caution flag.
I believe that's going to bring out a yellow. Yellow flag is displayed.
Try that one over again. I don't believe they're going to take that lap at all. So,
no, they shouldn't. I don't think, but my opinion doesn't count for much. My vote doesn't get counted, Greg.
No laps in, guys. No laps.
So Braden Burning in that 55, new to motorsports, but they've got a mini stock, a Thunderstock, and a crate sprint. Looks like tonight the focus is on the Thunderstock, and he did a nice job in the heat race, but as we talked about, the track was fairly heavy. There was a lot of grip. Now there's not. He's actually, Braden's also got to work on driving a stick shift, I believe, for the first time. So all the little things you have to learn in this sport. There he goes. And as I say, he looked good in the qualifying heat. This is a different racetrack, a little bit more challenging for these drivers with some of the grip gone out of it. The reason we want some of the grip out, I mean, it's just what nature does with a dirt track, Greg, but the reason we like it is because when there's a lot of grip, the cars don't slide very well. So if you get contact, you'll quite often get cars up in the air, tipped over, flipping over. On a slick racetrack, they'll slide a bit. You make contact, they slide down. It's not a real expensive problem or dangerous problem.
Great shot there. Watching the pack come to the green flag, rolling through corner 3, and we're going to do a quick wick. Fired up the sights and sounds of the Thunderstocks. Or the sights of Thunderstocks and the sounds of Adam Ross drinking water. Here we go to this one. Oh, Plazic sideways.
Sorry, what was that? Was that loud?
I got a secret for you.
Yeah. I want the less sensitive microphone next week. Or the next less sensitive co-host.
Oh.
Well, we talked about Dave Bailey and Ryan Beagle being able to drive up into the top 5 in the first 3 laps. They weren't able to do it tonight, but Dave Bailey's knocking on the door. Kai Bomberg going to pose a bit of a problem. They'll have to get up and around that 24K, so that'll slow his momentum.
Well, whatever they've done to Ken Sargent's 25, he's been good since the first drop of the green flag tonight in the qualifying heat as Kyle Ward makes it back out, and he is lucky he didn't get... Oh, now he does. Gets clobbered by Ryan Barry. And Wirt takes off, but Barry is rolling slow in corner 3.
Well, he just discarded some body work up there, and between 3 and 4, it's up on the outside. One stiff breeze should blow that up and over the banking. Let's see if Chris Hale can knock it out of there.
Or Klazinga will run it up, and then Wirt will finish it off.
And stay out. I thought, I moved my microphone all the way to the top of my head. I thought, you won't be able to hear that.
Caution flag is out. We got one around Duguay down in corner 2. We've got debris in 3 and 4. Ryan Barry will roll it to the pit area. And how Kyle Wirt doesn't have a flat tire or broken suspension in the left rear is beyond me. He took a solid hit.
I was just going to say, that's one of the cars that we brought out to the ride-along day. And that left corner, well, he had to fix it after they drove it on Wednesday. And he absolutely destroyed any damage they could have done on Wednesday. So he was running good, though. Got over the berm in turn number 2, and then got driven over from the backside. Obviously, we've got some issues up in turn number 3 with a bit of debris. Nothing major. They'll be able to get that cleared without issue. And, Greg, I think we need a new tax, $20. For every time we hear anything other than Adam's voice through his microphone. Spencer and I are absolutely freaking out over here week after week.
Listen, we talked about this in studio this week. In fact, part of my charm is the mistakes I make.
Yeah, and you know what his new name is, Greg? And I almost forgot. He gave himself the new nickname, The Natural Mistake. Adam Ross.
Joel Robinson, our producer, says no. He says, I'm okay with natural mistakes. And I sort of I am a natural mistake.
So next week I need shirts, Greg, that say Adam the Natural Mistake Ross on them, okay?
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Are you drinking water, or is that a birthing calf?
He thinks it's cute, but all of us who went to broadcasting school are ready to hang ourselves right now.
Oh, well, that joke was on me.
Wow.
Next time, I'm not turning around when I spit that out.
Oh, well, where were we?
I don't know. I think I went away. Let's have a look at a replay of something.
Duguay goes around right in front of the leader, Ken Sargent.
And with the white flag out, Dave Bailey up in the 4th spot. Ryan Beagle in 10th. And I know we talk about these two drivers a lot, but spoiler alert, they wind up on the podium. You're looking at comments. And
Rob Twitchett just asked, do the Adam shirts only come in XXL?
There's another joke.
I'm going to make hoodies, but turn them around the other way. You'll figure it out.
We had a Consi without Rob Twitchett in it tonight, didn't we?
Wow. All right, here we go. Let's get back to some racing. Ken Sargent, Ron Logie. Two drivers that definitely could make it victory lane, but that guy behind them and the guy on the bottom want to change that. Mark Fawcett still looking for that first Ohsweken win. He's been on the podium a number of times this year, but here comes Bailey to his outside, takes 3rd.
They're making life a little miserable for Dave Bailey, though. Kenny Sargent and Ron Logie running in a line Bailey would love to run. Mark Fawcett in the 32, not quite able to run the speed he needs to run down on the bottom of the racetrack to contend with those top 3 just now, but the track will change before the end of this one. Here goes Bailey looking to the inside of Sargent down into 1.
Yeah, what a look of the drone off of corner 4, how much those drivers leaning on one another as we got a bunch around now. Well, 2 at least, Bleach and Plazik, and then you've got Kyle Andrews behind that looping it around. That'll put us back under the caution flag. So there's Zach Bleach in the 108. Bleach will pull out of that, and we'll get things stacked back up for another restart. Ken Sargent leading over Ron Logie, Dave Bailey, Mark Fawcett, and Tim Phelan in the top 5.
That Duguay car, that's a sharp-looking car. When it comes by the front stretch, that's a nice, clean-looking finish. Ken Sargent in the 25, Ron Logie in the 97. Let's have a look at this replay. Zach Bleach and Trevor DeBoer were right behind Adam Plazik. Spencer, if you can show that again and maybe pause the start of it just to see how that begins.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if Adam was already starting to turn or if he had help.
So between 1 and 2, it'll be coming from the right side of the screen. Here it is, Adam Plazik, Trevor DeBoer, Zach Bleach. The challenge is Zach Bleach and Trevor DeBoer racing side by side for position. You want to get back to the gas as soon as you can to not lose the spot you're running with, but just in front of them is Adam Plazik. And they all came together, but no harm, no foul. They go to the back and start their climb once again.
So Ken Sargent, Ron Logie again will bring us back to the green flag. Bailey and Fawcett back there in row 2. Phelan and Schwedek. Schwedek showing some speed here tonight in the 53, former feature winner. Ron Logie came oh so close to the feature win earlier on this year, and a caution flag, and Dave Bailey ended that hope this year. But they're stacking up. They're 4 wide off at 2.
They're crashing in 2. They're spinning in 1. They're bumping in 3.
Rob Hoskins comes to a stop in corner 2, still not going. And we're going to have to go into the caution flag again with the leaders bearing down.
Now, if Rob Hoskins is a true veteran, he's going to wait. Going to wait. I think I just saw some black smoke out of that 37. Yep, that's what you got to do. If you take off too quick, Doug Leonard knows. Now, is that carbon all over the ground where
that's what I thought it looked like. What's he burning?
The 37 machine just coughed in turn 2.
Kyle Wirt ahead of that was mixed up with another driver.
I'm guessing it was Rob Hoskins, the way they're running beside each other right now, and a little bit of hand gesturing. I mean, Kyle Wirt's a big enough guy, he could reach out the right side of the car, pound on the door of the Hoskins 37, but I don't think that's his style.
So still 8 on the board and 12 to go.
Big break for Mark Fawcett. He was losing a bunch of spots there, but because that lap didn't count, they go back to the last lap where he was running in the 4th spot. So he'll be able to restart in the 2nd row. Mike Thorne in that Burger Barn number 55. It's been a tough year for Mike Thorne. They just sold the backup car, being run by Braden Burning tonight. And is he still out there or no? I guess not.
No. No, he's not. White flag. Back out. We'll try it again with Sargent, Logie, Bailey, and Fawcett back in row 2. Phelan and Schwedek row 3. Then you've got Beagle and Donnie Lampman back in row 4 with Hale and Teeple in row 5. This lap has been a hard one to get through. We'll see if we can do it this time.
All the yellows we've had in this feature, Kai Bombury has been in none of them. So turning some laps, getting a feel for that race car, staying out of the way. Green flag is out. Sargent and Logie charge down into turn number 1. Bailey right in the tire tracks of the 25 of Ken Sargent. He'll look to the inside off of turn 2.
Logie got a little loose there in corner 2. That allows Bailey to slip by and challenge door to door with Ken Sargent. Here comes Beagle. He'll swing it way to the outside, trying to get a run on the top 4.
Wow, Ken Sargent's car went way. Oh, big contact down into 1. Logie goes around. Wow, how did Jim Lampman miss that one?
Zach Bleach was close as well. Well, we haven't had one like this in a while, but they're having a rough time here in lap 8.
How did Ken Sargent wind up that sideways You can see the 4 on Dave Bailey's 49 on the right side of his car kind of punched in a little bit. And some damage to the left front corner of the 25 of Ken Sargent.
See if we'll have a look at this or not. Dave Bailey, Ken Sargent. So they did complete lap number 9. So it will be Bailey over Sargent. Here's the replay.
So here's Sargent a little bit sideways. Contact with Bailey, yeah, just gets more sideways. Logie gets out of shape, and I mean, Logie, that car didn't have a chance at making that. Wow, Jim Lampman narrowly avoids the Logie 97, but that 97 had no chance of making the turn, the angle he was pointed down into turn 1. We just heard race director Doug Leonard say restarts will be single file for the rest of this race.
Have one more look at it. Watch Logie's kind of shuffled down way low on the front stretch. He's got to tuck in before the hay bale and then comes right up into Sargent. And around he goes, and Jim Lampman so close.
Zach Bleach doing a nice job. Rob Hoskins to avoid that.
We have a phone that was found in the concession area. A phone found in the concession area. It's available at the main gate. So if you've lost your phone, head down to the main gate. Nine on the board, 11 to go, and look who's back out front. Dave Bailey over Ken Sargent, Mark Fawcett, Ryan Beagle, and Donnie Lampman. Top 5 shuffled quite a bit in that one lap.
Single file restarts change things quite a bit as they come down across the stripe. Bailey opens up a car length and a half. Everybody to the bottom of the racetrack except Ryan Beagle heads up to the outside, and he's making hay.
He's really got that thing wound up. Now he's to the outside of Fawcett, taking over the 3rd spot. Now he'll charge to the outside of Ken Sargent. Off of corner number 4 to the cross flags. Bailey leads, but here comes Beagle to the outside of Sargent. And he got the spot.
Ryan Beagle up high. Dave Bailey pedaling on the bottom of the racetrack. Nobody up to the outside. Well, nobody in the top 5 or so have been working the outside. Further back they are, but Dave Bailey will have really no idea that someone's up on the high side making things work. We've heard him say before in Victory Lane interviews he's thanked people for showing him a fast line around the racetrack. But right now he's leading the way on the bottom. Why would he go anywhere else?
Yeah, exactly. This is what's getting it done for him right on the inside line. But as soon as Beagle shows that nose, and it's going to be here very soon, he's going to know there's another quick way. And here comes Beagle at the line. He's right there next to the 49 of Brewster Baker. Dave Bailey, here he goes, looking for the pass off too.
Dave Bailey to the inside of Kai Bomberry. Ryan Beagle to the outside. Kyle come back down to the bottom of the racetrack. And who knows if Bailey even saw Beagle that time, but he'll see him this time, I think, Greg.
Yes, I think he will. As he goes into corner number 1, he'll get a good run. See if he can get the launch off of 2. Not that time, but as they come down the backstretch into corner number 3, Beagle is so quick here in 3 and 4 on the outside.
They're 2 or 3 laps from lap traffic. Dave Bailey has picked up the wick a little bit on the bottom of the racetrack. Gino Duguay up ahead, goes off the track, down in front of Kyle Andrus, right in front of the race leaders.
Beagle's going to have to change his line. He'll dip down low where Dave Bailey's running, and now he's right on his back bumper. This time off the corner. 5 laps left to go for Brewster Baker. Dave Bailey over Ryan Beagle.
Wow, Beagle's entrance speed is fabulous. Closing right in on Dave Bailey, right up to the back bumper of that 49 machine. They go down into 3 and 4. Beagle goes back to the top of the racetrack. Now he's going to carve it down and follow Bailey down the front stretch.
Yeah, he had to do that because of the general machine. The 13.5 was right in his path that he wanted to take. Cut down the hill. He's right there behind Bailey. Does he have what it takes? This time by, it'll be 3 laps left to go.
Dave Bailey has to leave his line, come up off the bottom of the racetrack. That might be the opportunity Ryan Beagle needed. Look at him work the outside into turn 1.
Here he comes, rolling it through the middle this time, trying to even up with Dave Bailey through corner number 2. They're door to door, heading down the backstretch.
Dave Bailey still with the edge down into 3 and 4. Beagle will go all the way to the high side and then come down the hill off of turn number 4. Who's it going to be at the line with 2 laps to go? New race leader, it's Ryan Beagle.
Wow, he's making that middle lane work right now. Beagle's got the advantage as they work off of corner number 2, but now Dave Bailey knows he's there for sure. Let's see what they got here. Coming to the white flag. Bailey on the bottom. Beagle cuts it down the hill.
Ryan Beagle is using the Trayton-Lapcevich line from the NASCAR night, going into 3 and 4 and then cutting right across the racetrack. Now Bailey to the outside, Beagle down low.
Bailey saw that. I thought maybe he was going to try the same thing. He's got 2 more corners to do it. Beagle out in front. Bailey up high in corner 3, but he's going to run out of time. Checkers out. Ryan Beagle gets the win over Dave Bailey.
Third place, we haven't talked about it for a little while, but it's going to be Kenny Sargent over Fawcett, DeBoer, Lampman, Schwedick, Phelan, Hoskins, Wirt, and Klazinga. How ironic. Ryan Beagle takes the lead, and then on the last lap, Dave Bailey switches things up to run the Beagle line. Beagle switches up, not knowing what Bailey's doing. Beagle stole the Bailey line.
So those two will head back to Quick Wick victory lane yet again, with Ken Sargent joining them on the concrete here tonight. It's Ryan Beagle with his 3rd feature win of the season. Dave Bailey 2nd, Ken Sargent 3rd. Lone Wolf Fireworks lighting it up for Ryan Beagle. Let's send it down to Quick Wick victory lane in Clinton Jeffrey.
Greg, we get ready to talk to Big Dog Ryan Beagle, his 3rd feature win on the year. Been keeping this 49 as honest as he could. Good run for Ken Sargent here in this 25 car. We'll get him out and talk to the veteran as well. But Ohsweken Speedway, he works his way here into Quick Wick Fire Starter victory lane for the 3rd time in 2022. How about a big Ohsweken Speedway welcome for the Big Dog, Ryan Beagle. Get over there and give a handshake to one of the other toughest competitors we got here, Dave Bailey. Well, Ryan, great job, man. You know, Dave was talking the last few weeks that you guys have shown him something. I think he showed you something, because when you got to the bottom, man, this car stuck really good when you had to make those moves, you know, and then you just drove away the last lap and a half on the bottom.
Yeah, I was rolling the middle 1 and 2 a little better than him, so I knew it was there, but I had to find a way around him. So I about gave it away there. Going in through, I smacked the wall. I think it was coming to the white, but we made it.
What a drive, Ryan. What a great season you've had. I'm sure you got to thank a few people for what you've got going on.
Yeah, I got to thank my dad. I got to thank Jason and Stu back in the pits. They help me every week here. And I got to thank APC Auto Parts, Ackland Insurance, and RK Automotive. Right
on. Ryan Beagle, his 3rd feature win of the year. Well, Dave, we joked that they're not booing you yet, but they sure cheered loud for Big Dog when he got one on you. What a drive, though. You know, normally he runs way out to the outside. He tucked right up on your right quarter there, and, man, I think he learned something tonight.
Yeah, it's like we always say, it's hard leading on dirt. You never know where the other guy is, and he's got a little bit of an advantage knowing where you are and can find your weak spots, and he did it. He beat us. That was an awesome race, and just that's the way it should be.
Headed for another ring in the championship next week, Dave. We don't want to get too much in that, but that's got to be exciting.
Yeah, it's all the pressure's on us because I can lose it. All he can do is win it. So I don't know. He's going to sleep well, and we just got to hope nothing bad happens, and we're good to go.
Be a long week for you, Dave?
No, I've done it before, and if we do lose it, he's would be a great champion. So whatever.
Right on, Dave. Dave Bailey there, 2nd place. We'll get over here and grab 3rd. Kenny Sargent, solid drive for you, bud. You know, this car's gorgeous, and you're looking good up here today. Solid run, Ken. What happened down there in 1? You nearly got into each other. Could have been dangerous, but you got out of it. Logie didn't.
You know what? I don't know really what happened. I know Dave and I were racing tight, and Logie and I were racing tight. I have all the respect for these guys. And at the end of the day, we've had a rough season with this car. I can't thank GR EnviroRail enough. Blastall, Pro Fabrication, Archer's Traffic Control, Peter Pipers, Jordan Haley, Ryan. We've had so many people help us with this car, including Dave Bailey, Jason Fontaine, Justin Ramsey, and Dougie Anderson. I can't thank all these guys enough for what they've done to get us where we are tonight.
Right on. Kenny Sargent grabs a third here tonight. Dave Bailey will be second place and third. Your winner here, Ryan Beagle. What you got, Kenny?
Jack Winger, this is for you, buddy. We struggled all year, and we got on the podium tonight. Love you, brother.
And there you have it from Quick Victory, and we'll be right back here live at Ohsweken Speedway. This epic race represents championship night for the Sprints.
You're so tasty. Drive me crazy. Ain't nothing I can do.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
On the scene since 1949, Fast Eddie was born with a lead foot and a burning need for speed. His passion for speed and sport has been captured in this authentic collection of vintage-themed gear. Created for gearheads, riders, and racers, Fast Eddie truly encompasses the great Canadian racing culture we have from coast to coast. Drive hard, get dirty, and look good doing it. Fast Eddie Speedwear. Get geared up.
Back live at Ohsweken Speedway, second feature of the night, set and ready to go. Cars heading out onto the Speedway.
Just before Greg gives the starting lineup for this one, we'd like to wish Jimmy Thompson a happy 10th wedding anniversary. They're watching from Garden River, Ontario.
I want to wish a happy birthday to Ekaterina Doby as well. Happy birthday. 7th birthday. What a great number. That's my favorite number. Did you know that, Adam? 7.
Why?
I don't know.
Hashtag 7 races?
There you go. That's it.
I wore that shirt not long ago.
I noticed that. I saw that.
But Clinton had never seen it before. He said, what is that?
Never mind.
No, I told him.
All right, here we go. Cool Kids Ice and Water, Core Pack Merchandising, 360 Sprint Car A main. Starting on the pole for this one out of Mount Bridges in the 45, it's Nick Sheridan. Alongside him out of Ohsweken, the 68 is Aaron Turkey. Going from third out of Brantford, the Little Bend 110, Jake Brown. And going from fourth from Dunnville in car number 15, it's Ryan Turner. Starting in fifth from Dorchester, car 1, Holly Porter. To her outside, Mac the Man from Mississauga in the 17X. Starting in seventh out of Beamsville, the 88H, Josh Hansen. Alongside him from Brantford, car 10, Mitch Brown. Starting in ninth from Binbrook, car 9 is Liam Martin. And going from 10th, Sean Evans out of Scotland in the 87X. Starting in 11th is Jacob Dykstra out of Port Colborne in the 5D. And next we find the point leader. Starting in 12th out of Tilsonburg, car 13, Corey Turner. Rolling off 13th out of Beachville, car 5, DJ Christie. Alongside him, Bailey Hurd out of Niagara Falls in car 70. Starting in 15th from Caister Center, car 11 is Jamie Turner. Starting in 16th spot from Hamilton, the 01K, Mikey Krutchka. And starting in 17th, Kyle Phillips out of Grand Island, New York in the 21K. Going off 18th from St. Catharines, the 46 is Kevin Pauls. From 19th, the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Stiers out of Ohsweken in car 0. And rolling off 20th from Fenwick in the 14H, the Red Rocket, Jim Hoopinen. 21st starting spot from Lewiston, New York, the 81 is Derek Jonathan. And going 22nd from Waterdown, the 0C is Cole McDonald. Starting in 23rd, John Burbridge Jr. from St. Williams, Ontario in the 21. And starting in the 24th and final spot from Six Nations in car number 20, the Iceman, Johnny Miller. Field taking formation for their 4-wide salute.
On the backstretch, get out those cell phones, flip on the flashlight, salute these drivers on the front stretch. We'll ask you to do the same thing next time they come by. Wave those lights back and forth like fireflies back there, Greg.
There we go. We got it going. Let's do it on the front stretch as well as they come down here. 24 drivers going 25 laps tonight. It's championship night, brought to you by Epic Racewear. All right, folks, get on your feet and wave these drivers on. They are 4 wide and fancy for you, the fans. This is Epic Racewear Championship night for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars.
Did you just get up on your feet? Did you get a cramp in your butt cheek?
I get up once in a while.
When? When you go to the ice cream truck. Greg Callan, folks, this is going to be a moment. This is going to be a call. Greg Callan. He has elevated himself.
I'm still shorter than you, and you're sitting down. Hit the button on the chair. Our high risers here. Championship night for the 360 sprint cars, and right now Corey Turner, top 15, clinches it. The driver out of Tilsonburg, Liam Martin, has the most wins, 3 on the season. He sits second in points. Ryan Turner third coming into tonight. White flag being displayed. Next time around, Ohsweken Speedway, we're going green flag racing. 25 laps on championship night. 2x2, 12 rows of beautifully prepared sprint cars ready to come to life. Nick Sheridan, Aaron Turkey on the front row. Dave Hunsinger with double green flags ready in hand. Strickland GMC Pace Truck ready to pull off on the backstretch. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show? Well, here you go. Let's end all the anticipation as we bring to you our feature presentation. They rumble, bumble, stumble down through 1 and 2, and on the gas is Tricky Nicky Sheridan down the backstretch. Turkey and Turner side by side for second.
Look at them slide up in front of the back. Ryan Turner leads at the stripe, but only by a narrow margin over Nick Sheridan and Aaron Turkey. In fact, all 3 of them had a shot at taking the lead through 1 and 2.
Aaron Turkey out in front, Turner in the second spot. Here comes Sheridan rolling the outside, and they've got Jake Brown and Mac DeMann side by side for fourth.
I'll tell you what, Corey Turner's car is not handling well at all. That was awkward down in 3 and 4 and battling right around the 0 of Glenn Stiers, the 0-1 of Mikey Krutchka. Corey Turner's got to turn up the wick a little bit in that Petro Plus number 13.
Riding right now in the 16th spot. Now 15th clinches it. That's if Liam Martin wins. He's still in the top 10, but not toward the lead as we got a lead change going on. Back and forth. It's Jake Brown, Ryan Turner, Aaron Turkey. 3 cars for the top spot.
3-way slide job down in 3 and 4. Ryan Turner out front. Jacob Brown to second. Aaron Turkey running third. Look at Holly Porter up there in the 4th spot. Slide job once again. Jake Brown slides Turner. Turner crosses him over.
Cole McDonald will take it high in corner 2 and head to the pit area. Here comes Aaron Turkey now. He's got to run off of corner number 2. He'll slip by Jake Brown. Now he looks on the 15 of Ryan Turner. Brown on the bottom off of corner number 4. Turner will lead the lap.
Top 3 swapping spots, swapping lanes a little further back. Liam Martin is stuck at the tail end of this top 10, and he has not been able to make up many spots in the early going.
It's Ryan Turner. Oh, Aaron Turkey there. Bobbled just a bit in corner number 3. That allows Jake Brown to drop even, and Brown at the line will take the second spot.
Turkey rebounds nicely in 1 and 2, cuts a good corner there. He'll try to close in on Ryan Turner. Further back, Liam Martin hung up right behind. Whoa, Martin just about tossed that car in turn 3.
He's side by side with the highlight man, Mac DeMann. Is car number 9, the live wire, Liam Martin. He is shocking to say the least, the moves he makes, along with the highlight man, Mac DeMann, to his outside.
Those two are absolutely frightening to watch. I mean, they are amazing drivers with no fear.
Out in front, it's Ryan Turner. Aaron Turkey trying to track him down and use that outside line. Here they come in the slower car of Kevin Pauls. Both go upstairs. Jake Brown working the bottom.
Ryan Turner had to alter his line and check up a little bit. Aaron Turkey did not check up. Turkey to the inside of Turner, looking for the lead, can't get the grip.
Turner will pull away just a little bit going into corner number 3. Good side-by-side battle for the 3rd spot now as Holly Porter is working her way with the best run she's had all season. Put her in 3rd at the line.
Holly Porter running a great line, holding a good speed as she gets to the inside of Kevin Pauls. Now it's the 2 race leaders right in front of her. What a popular win that would be.
Off of corner 4, Aaron Turkey continues to control, Ryan Turner over Holly Porter. Aaron Turkey, Holly Porter, rather. We got the 2 GSR cars all there stacked up side by side as Turkey trying to get by Ryan Turner as they work through 3 and 4. Watching Holly Porter roll the bottom around her teammate, the 20 of Johnny Miller.
A lot of laps still to go. They just got the halfway point. 13 complete, 12 laps left. Holly Porter took her a little bit to get around Johnny Miller, but she does and gets right back to her line at the bottom of the racetrack.
Turkey takes the lead back from Ryan Turner as they work down into corner number 1. Turner in that middle lane. Here comes Holly Porter to the inside of Turner looking for the 2nd spot.
Porter's got a good line down the backstretch. Turner had to lift. There was nowhere to go with Derek Jonathan. Holly Porter takes 2nd.
15 laps on the board, 5 to go for Aaron Turkey, but his teammate Holly Porter bearing down. Of all the nights for the GSR cars to have a fantastic run, it could come down to teammates to see who's going to win.
And it's 10 to go, Greg. 25 laps tonight, so extra time for Holly Porter to try to close the distance on Aaron Turkey. It's Turkey out in front, some lap traffic ahead, and fortunately for Turkey, all of the lap traffic is running in Holly Porter's line.
Great battle right now for the 3rd spot as you've got that 15 of Ryan Turner and Nick Sheridan running in the same tire track, the same line on the outside, and now we got a caution, red flag, one upside down on the backstretch.
I believe that's Jacob Dykstra.
Yes, it is. I had to do a double take for a second. I thought maybe it was Corey Turner, but it's Jacob Dykstra.
The steering wheel has been flung, folks. That's a good sign. Jacob Dykstra is out of that 5D. Getting the gear off, Clinton Jeffrey is on the scene.
Well, you don't want to talk to nobody. That's a good sign, but Jacob Dykstra walking away under his own power, which is the best sign of everything right here now, guys.
The front end collapse, and that's more visual, Clinton, because as soon as anything breaks in the front end, it'll collapse like that, but you can see that wing absorbed a lot of energy.
Yeah, the car is a mess, though, guys. Both sides all tore up, front and back. Every corner of it has got a problem here. And you can imagine their wing, and it is just destroyed. Took a heck of a tumble down the backstretch here.
Jacob Dykstra, you can see the frustration in the body language of Jacob Dykstra as he leans back in the cockpit of that 5D for something.
Was running back in the 14th spot, right around point leader Corey Turner and Bailey Hurd. But I had my eyes in corner 4, didn't see what happened. I think Clint might have Jacob.
Jacob, what happened here?
Just fighting through lap traffic and trying to go forward. And we had a really good car. Just fighting through traffic and trying to get everything we can and trying our best. We wanted to win this year, but this is going to set us back a lot.
Doesn't look like there's much left on the car, guys. Rear end is all destroyed. All the fluid is out of the back. We're going to take us a minute or two to get this one cleaned up.
Watch the extreme left side of the screen. Way back, you see Jacob Dykstra coming off of turn number 2 and just carrying that speed. Couldn't quite get the line he needed off the corner and clipped the wall. We see it, I mean, Liam Martin and Mac DeMann notoriously.
That spot just looks so treacherous, and the end of the night, we'll take the walk around the banking up there in corner 2, and just to look at that there isn't really a dip down, but it looks like there's a dip down to the wall, and it just looks so intimidating, and yet some of these drivers will use every inch of that. And let's watch that again as Dykstra just runs out of real estate.
I wonder if any of the problem was the fact that there was no air on his wing because he was following right in the tire tracks of somebody, or it's hard to say.
That was a hard hit.
But thankfully he's able to climb out of the race car unassisted. And tough time to do it because I'm sure they would have been heading down to Brighton Speedway. You're coming to Brighton, aren't you, Greg?
Yes, I'll be there.
Sucker. Greg, I don't leave my hometown anymore, Calvin.
Sure I do. Where were you at Humberstone? Oh, right, you'd kissed the fish and got the vid.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Where were you at Delaware? Oh, right, you were sick. You kissed the fish. I had offers that day at Delaware from the scoring staff to replace you permanently.
I don't doubt that.
But yes, we'll be at Brighton for 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday night, for the Pinty's Knights of Thunder 360 Sprint Cars, the Action Sprint Tour presented by Pinty's. Plenty of great racing action over the 2 nights, BrightonSpeedway.com for all the information. And I was talking earlier while you were down meeting with all your fans and signing autographs and walking the dog and everything else you were doing. But that place, fantastic atmosphere, Adam. And, I mean, obviously we want you to tune into G-Force, but if you've got a chance to make it to Brighton, go.
That's the thing. We have never, ever asked somebody to watch G-Force ahead of going to the race.
Yeah.
Go to the race.
Other people do that.
But it's so much better to be there in person. I'm glad we're able to entertain people, and you can watch from home, watch from wherever you are, but the best thing is being at the racetrack. That's what we're here for. Let's take a break while we get these cars refired, and when we come back, it's going to be 8 laps of excitement to crown a champion.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
So who exactly is Fast Eddie? More than just a man, it's the mindset that runs through our blood like oil through an engine. Whether on the track or on the street, Fast Eddie is the spirit that drives us to go fast and keep going. Born in 1949 with no time to look in the rearview mirror. Every story is worth telling, and every piece of Fast Eddie apparel has its own. Celebrate our mindset. This is Fast Eddie. This is combustion culture. FastEddieSpeedwear.com.
Don't waste your time and money at the chain store. They got the best auto parts, brake parts, suspension parts, and dealer parts too. The website's so easy to use. The lowest prices and fast delivery too. All the parts your car will ever need. All the savvy folks are buying parts at rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com.
Back live at Ohsweken Speedway on G-Force TV. Epic Racewear Championship night for our sprint car divisions. 360 sprints on the track right now after a hard crash on the back stretch for Jacob Dykstra. He's climbed from the car okay, but his car definitely not. He was running back in the 14th position when that happened. Right around the point leader, Corey Turner, who has not been flexing a whole lot of muscle tonight, whether he's playing it cautious or maybe just the track didn't do what he expected tonight. But nonetheless, top 15 locks the championship, and that's if Liam Martin wins the race. We should say that as well.
Yeah, where Liam Martin is running, if he does not crack the top 5, that's a horse of a different color for Corey Turner, but I'm sure Corey wishes that 13 was working a little bit better for him than what it is.
How about Holly Porter, though, and Aaron Turkey? I mean, GSR cars up front running extremely well, and Holly Porter, best run of the year. Aaron Turkey picked up his first 360 win last year at Merrittville Speedway. But Holly Porter has been just methodically working the inside line and just clawing her way to the top. And now she's going to dispute with Ryan Turner, who's got that second spot.
Yeah, a little bit of tomfoolery going on between Holly Porter and Ryan Turner. And she'll out-tough anybody in the field. Like, you're not going to intimidate Holly. You're not going to get in her head.
Multi-time winner in the crate sprints. In fact, she was top of the pile there for a while when she was a regular in the crate sprint car division. 10 career wins in the crates. She knows how to wheel these sprint cars.
So Doug is barking out the running order, and it is Aaron Turkey in the 68, the 1 of Holly Porter, then the 15 of Ryan Turner, 45 of Nick Sheridan. Wow, Jake Brown really slid back, Clint.
I'm not sure if you're seeing anybody out there, but there was talk of somebody possibly having a right rear going down. Not sure if you guys can see who that might be, but nobody has made their way to the pits, and Doug has not sent anybody off for 2 minutes, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I'll tell you, if there is a right rear going down, the first car I'd look at is the 110 of Jake Brown, just because of how far he has slid back through the field for how competitive he was earlier on.
Liam Martin, he's just up there on the outside. I thought maybe he was headed up that way, but he is not. He's running in the 8th spot. Yeah, Jake Brown. Yeah, when I think you did the same thing I did. When you were looking to see who was in 5th, you thought it was Jake because that's where he'd been running, but it's Mitch up there now. And Jake slid back to the 10th position. White flag out, single file past the cone on the restart.
Championship on the line. Corey Turner is doing what he needs to do. Liam Martin needs to pass a bunch of race cars. Be a tall order from this point for Liam Martin, but what a show we're going to have at the front of the field. We've had slide jobs, lead changes. Aaron Turkey out in front in the 68. Can he hold on?
Here we go, back to the green flag. Aaron Turkey, top of the hill, runs it down the banking, and here we go. Single file pass the restart. Coney gets a good launch on Holly Porter.
Turkey straight up to the outside of the racetrack with a good run through 1 and 2. Holly Porter comes off of turn number 2, not quite as quick as she was earlier on. That allows Ryan Turner to mount a challenge. Can she get back into her groove in time to close in on the race leader?
Ryan Turner gets by, and Darren here in the booth mentioned maybe it was Holly Porter's right rear that was soft, and it did look soft the last couple of times by. She's faded back now, holding on to 5th.
It does look a little squishy now that you say that, the 1 of Holly Porter, and that car's not biting too well through the center of the turns as Glenn Stiers goes up off the racetrack and gathers it back in.
Yeah, Holly's just trying to hold on to it. You hope that tire can stay somewhat inflated here for the final few laps. 5 to go right now for Aaron Turkey over Ryan Turner and Nick Sheridan.
Liam Martin still well outside of the top 5, so he has not been able to get to the front like he needed to do if he had a shot at the title. Whoa, DJ Christie sideways through turn 4.
Wow, what a pack of racing going on right now as Aaron Turkey gets passed by Ryan Turner. Oh, and another one into the wall as McTaman rides the wall down the backstretch, and he'll sit on the wall. Back under the red flag again, and boy, oh boy, Adam, we've had a year where not a lot of cars have been upside down. We've had 2 in this feature. And Mac is climbing out.
The man is out of the car and walking down the backstretch wall. Again, the body language tells the story. That had to be a crazy ride inside of that McTaman race car.
How close did it get to the speed shot? Because that's probably the angle we're going to see of it. 100 feet away. So we should get a pretty good shot of this speed shot.
Wow. Did the car get into the fence or did it stay on the wall?
There's the lights.
It got into everything, but the fence did its job. It rode the wall all the way down. take a moment to get away. We'll ask everybody in the pits just to back up in case that happens to light up, guys. And we'll get Big Red in here and get a look at this. Try and get a word with Mac. Mac, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm 100% fine. I just hate it for my guys, man. They worked their ass off. I had a shit year. We went from 6th to 3rd on that little quick restart there, and the car was getting better. Fuck. Hate it for my guys. Sorry, guys.
Mac. Well, I think with the ride he took, he deserves that.
Listen, Canadians use the F-bomb more than any other country in the world. That's science right there.
So Jack's going to climb right up in the wall there and over the wall to have a look. You can see the traffic light that has the lights got run over.
Oh, yeah.
The nice thing is, with something like this with a roll cage, you hook onto it and then lift it as high as you can. It shouldn't be too terrible to get it out of there, but let's have a look at this replay from the speed shot. No words necessary, folks. Good job by the fence. Good job by the race car builders. Good job by Mac DeMann and team for putting the proper safety gear in the car. Everything doing what it's supposed to do.
How good is that nice, new, smooth concrete wall? I mean, no one wants to do that. But compared to if you were going across those jagged blocks and some of the rebar that was in there, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
With the drive, that was the driver's side open there. Now, I think Mac has the side panel on his, but.
So watch again. And like you say, Greg, watch how smooth this ride is. And the fact that his right rear landed on the wall, that probably slowed down. Or I guess it's his left rear. That really slowed his speed down tremendously.
And good eyes by Darren, our DJ up here in the tower. He noticed that right before we went to green, Holly Porter was the one with the soft right rear, and we saw how quickly she faded there, just trying to hold on to the car.
Where did Holly stop in that red flag?
She's back to the 11th spot right now.
But, I mean, where is she on the racetrack? Or is she off the racetrack?
Pit area, possibly.
Boy, I'm Adam Ross, and this is Greg Callan, and we're right on the ball. What are you going to do all winter, Greg?
Not spend any time with you. It would be wonderful. Yeah, look at the craters here.
Is that where you stepped before the race?
I was just going to say that was you walking across the track there. Look like Yeti footsteps. You know all about Yetis, don't you?
Oh, my goodness.
You've got a whole family of Yetis.
Yeah, that's where my retirement fund is gone.
So what makes a Yeti a better drink holder than something from Dollarama?
Marketing, Greg. They market to wives. Wives whose husbands work so hard they don't notice how many Yetis there are in the kitchen. She's not even listening because she's Googling Yetis. Oh, you know what? I don't miss the irony that there were 5 people in fire suits on the racetrack and 1 in shorts up on top of the car first. But we have an eager crew.
Not an easy situation here getting this.
No,
unwedged.
There's bits and pieces, not really intertwined, but there's things you have to worry a little bit about as they lift that car up. I hope our caution lights aren't like Christmas tree lights, and if you knock one out, none of them work.
Well, the fence lights are working, so I don't think the drivers are watching those traffic lights when those fence lights are lit up.
No, I think you're correct.
Man, another car mangled. Nathan Ackland Racing. A lot of work to do to repair that one.
Folks, make sure you stop at Town Line Variety for all your grocery needs. We saw the wing placed up there to give Miles some exposure. Car Star Collision I don't know that this one's going to buff out.
No. Is it insured, though?
Well, if it is, it's insured through Ackland Insurance.
Wow, what was that? I feel like my brain just got a message.
I'm not sure. Is that your notification, hon?
She just made a purchase.
You've won your auction.
This rare Yeti for $800. Congratulations. There comes Holly Porter. All right, we're going to take a quick break while they continue to clean up on the back stretch. We'll be right back here on G-Force TV.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
So who exactly is Fast Eddie? More than just a man, it's the mindset that runs through our blood like oil through an engine. Whether on the track or on the street, Fast Eddie is the spirit that drives us to go fast and keep going. Born in 1949 with no time to look in the rearview mirror. Every story is worth telling, and every piece of Fast Eddie apparel has its own. Celebrate our mindset. This is Fast Eddie. This is combustion culture. FastEddieSpeedwear.com.
Back live at Ohsweken Speedway on G-Force TV for Epic Racewear Championship night for the sprint cars, and tonight's been a rough night for our sprints, at least in the 360s. Our second car up and over on the back stretch, almost same location. Jacob Dykstra was first. This one's Mac Demand getting hooked up, and we'll watch the replay again as same thing right off of corner number 2, up too high into the wall. This time Mac is the one that climbs the wall.
Miles Hill just texted me. He says, I don't need that for advertising. A car destroyed. Miles always tunes in and plays along. Let's give another shout out because Liam Martin in the chase for the championship here tonight has family from Scotland, UK. Anne and Scott Glenn. And also a great group of 16 family and friends cheering him on from Section E. But welcome to Anne and Scott Glenn from Scotland here tonight. My phone's at 2%, so 1% now. So if anyone's trying to reach me, probably not going to work.
Our good friend Tommy Gooch is over in the pit area tonight, working with his brother on his race team, and he pointed out good solid top 10 run right now for Kyle Phillips in his first start at Ohsweken Speedway. A couple of Southern Ontario sprint wins down at Brighton Speedway, and one last Friday night with the Ontario traditional sprints at Southern Ontario Motor Speedway.
And we should tell the good race fans, for those of you who heard there was an accident at Flamborough Speedway last weekend where a car went over the wall and through the fence. Mike Pod in the hospital, broken pelvis, broken leg in 4 spots, had surgery this week, but he's in pretty good spirits, expects to make a full recovery. So the racing family is a tight one, it's a small one, and we're here for each other. So, Mike Pod, we hope you heal up quickly and get back out to the racetrack. What a heartbreaker for Holly Porter, because like you said, Greg, it wasn't just that she was running in the top 3. She was moving to the front. Like, she was trending in the right direction out there.
And that soft tire just takes it away. I think she had something for Aaron Turkey and Ryan Turner. She was definitely not just there in the top 3. She was approaching a possible win, and now she's going to have to start at the end of this line because everyone that's on track is still on the lead lap, which is pretty impressive, 21 laps in.
Yeah, it really is. But competitive cars, we really don't have any junk. We've got a couple of cars that run on lower budgets. Like, let's pick on John Burbridge there, just coming across the start-finish line in the 21, but he's competitive. As the track slicks over, he uses years of experience behind the wheel to make his speed. It's a great equalizer.
Congratulations go to Chris Spencer. Chris Spencer, tonight's 50-50 winner.
Hey, isn't that Spinner?
I think it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Attaboy. I'll tell you, there's nobody in Ontario that's been more supportive of local racing for the last 20 to 30 years than Spinner.
Well, Aaron Turkey looking for another 360 sprint car win. This would be his first if he can get it here tonight at Ohsweken Speedway, though. His first came at Merrittville last year. Ryan Turner, winner of the 16th running of the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals back on July the 1st. He's no stranger to victory lane, but the guy behind him looking for his first win as well, Nick Sheridan.
I wonder if it's possible that's what Ryan Turner was doing alongside Holly Porter, pointing out a soft right rear.
Yeah, that's possible.
We're thinking head games or
right,
but
I mean, I'd be doing that to every driver. No, soft right rear.
Oh dear.
4 to go.
So Aaron Turkey gets the luxury of getting his lead back. He got a great launch last time. Let's see if he can do it again. This time it's Ryan Turner on his tail. Nick Sheridan in the 45. He's always a threat if he's near the front at the end. 4 laps remain.
He's got 9 career wins here at Ohsweken Speedway, all in the crate sprint car division. Can he get the 360 win tonight? We'll find out in 4 laps. It's Aaron Turkey, Ryan Turner, Nick Sheridan, and Mitch Brown.
Turkey up to the outside. That's been treacherous tonight in 1 and 2, but he gets up there and makes it work. Keeps Turner behind him. He'll work off of turn number 4. 3 car lengths the advantage for Aaron Turkey with 3 to go.
Corey Turner remaining kind of mid-pack right now, driving safe lines and trying to clinch this championship. While out in front, there you see the top 3, Aaron Turkey, Ryan Turner, Sheridan down to the inside of Turner with 2 laps left to go.
That's exactly what Turkey would like to see. 2nd and 3rd duking it out amongst themselves. Turkey out in front holding a pretty wheel. 10 car lengths his advantage on the backstretch.
Here comes Sheridan working really well on that bottom line. What's he got for Aaron Turkey? White flag out this time by Sheridan trying to track down the leader and 1 around at 2. Wow, this is long from over now.
I had sat back and pointed to you like, take it home. And then I saw Kevin Paul spun around there in 1 and 2. Looks like all 4 corners of the car are still up, so he should be able to pull away there. Well, should be able to get push started and pull away. I think this might work to the advantage of Aaron Turkey. Although, no, there's 2 laps. If it was a 1-lap shootout, I would say advantage Turkey. With 2 laps, I say this opens things up. And how about Jacob Brown, who's pulled his way back into the top 5. Mikey Krutchka having a great run, started outside of the top 15. He runs in the 6th spot.
At 10 spots gained by Mikey Krutchka, so good job by him here tonight. And Jake Brown, a good rally, like you say, because he had been up there in the top 3 and then all of a sudden drifted back to 10th and has worked his way up now.
Aaron Turkey looked downright uncomfortable in 3 and 4.
Yeah.
A couple of laps just prior to that yellow flag, so he's got to keep it in the ballpark. You can see the patch in turn number 3 where there's some light dirt there. I don't know what's up with that area right there, but that's kind of where Turkey lost control on the one lap. Let's see how he does on this restart, Greg.
Here they come back down the hill to the white, to the green flag, rather. It'll be green, white, checkered, single file past the cone. Here comes Sheridan down to the bottom in 1 and 2.
Sheridan to the bottom, can't work a slide job. It'll run the bottom lane of the track. Here goes Ryan Turner back up to second. Aaron Turkey continues to lead the way.
White flag is out, Turkey out in front. Turner now hot on his heels, down in corner number 1. He'll dive down to the bottom. Turkey rolls the top.
Ryan Turner got great drive off at turn number 2 last time. He gets good drive again. 3 and 4 for the final time.
Side by side off of corner 4. Can Turner make it stick? He sticks it in front of Turkey and wins the race. Wow.
What a pass. What a race.
Wow. I didn't know if he could get up in front of him, but he just barely did. And Ryan Turner picks up the win for Nitro 54 Variety. Dan Nanakoke's got to be elated to see that 15 going to Quick Wick victory lane.
Unofficially, the 2022 track title goes to the Petro Plus Burger Barn, number 13 of Corey Turner. I think if Aaron Turkey had the opportunity to run that last lap again, I think he would run the high side at 3 and 4, Greg.
I think so too. Let's have another look as Turner dives it down at 1 and 2, but Turkey still got a good launch off of 2, kept it side by side. But yeah, he cuts down here and didn't do what he'd been doing all night. And that allowed Ryan to be able to slip up in front of him.
I love that he didn't give up. Like he throttled up, let the car come sideways to cross over Ryan Turner. What a battle. What a show.
I thought he's either going to make it or they are going to both stuff it in the wall because it was going to be a close call. But Ryan Turner gets it done. We'll send it down to Quick Wick victory lane with Clinton Jeffrey as Lone Wolf Fireworks lights it up to celebrate Ryan Turner's victory for the Nitro 54 Variety team. What a finish. Corey Turner being asked to join us down in victory lane as well to be crowned the 2022 Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Car Champion. Ryan Turner's climbing out of the car, so we'll send it down to Clinton Jeffrey.
Thanks, guys. Ryan Turner climbs up on the wing for the Nitro 54 team here tonight. Gets one done for Dan, Steve, and the boys. Brandon. Ryan Turner, what a drive. I mean, your season started like gangbusters. You probably should have been staying here as a champion instead of your brother. Left the team midseason, but come back to bounce back with the Nitro 54 group. And what a ride they gave you tonight, Ryan. Talk about that finish with Aaron. You guys playing some wild games off turn number 4.
You know, the caution or the red came out there, and I took the lead down the backstretch. So it put me back a spot, and I was just waiting the whole time to go get that lead after that, and I thought I messed up with that caution, but my buddy Kevin Pauls helped me out there with another one, and we were able to go 2 for 1 on their last 2 laps, and you know, it was awesome. You know, it takes a full season to put a championship together, so, you know, it happens, it is what it is, but I can't thank these guys enough behind me. It starts with Dan. You know, he was willing to put me in after he was driving. That's awesome. Brandon does an amazing job on this car. We totally did a new setup tonight, and it seemed to really work out in the heat and the feature. I can't thank Braden. My wife Jenna, as most people know, we're expecting twins, so that's pretty exciting news. And I got to thank Ackland Insurance, Creative Design and Graphics, Nitro 54 Variety, and everyone that helps put this ride together.
Right on, Ryan. Let us be the first. Congratulate you on the twins. Aaron Turkey, what a drive that was, man. You almost had it at the end. Talk about coming off turn 4. He got in front of you and jammed you up a bit.
Yeah, it was a tough with all those cautions and red flags. I knew my guys said I was pretty far gone. The car was really good. What you guys didn't see was after the heat race win, I hurt the rear end going into the pit area. So these guys had the car apart and they worked their butts off the whole time. We were the last car to get to the warm-up track before we were coming out. I was getting nervous. They just told me to wheel the shit out of it, and I did my best. I got to give it to Ryan. I didn't lift going in that final corner, and he didn't lift, and it was a close one. I know at the beginning of the race we were going 3 wide, and I was trying not to be denied, but, I'll take a second. It was a pretty good run. I'm just looking forward to when we're back in 2 weeks now.
Heck of a show, Aaron Turkey. We'll get over here and talk to Nick Sheridan. Nick, 3rd place tonight. You're getting closer every time, bud. Looking stronger. Solid drive, Nick.
Thank you, Clint. I appreciate it. We are getting close every time, but man, I thought we had on that last restart. I just shouldn't have went to the bottom 1 and 2. But congratulations to those 2 guys. They both ran a great race, and we got beat around a whole bunch at the beginning. Hit the wall like 4 times, but fortunately we're still up here on the podium. But I still can't thank all my sponsors: Pride Seeds, Vibrant Farms, Leach Performance Engines, John from Core Pack helps me a bit this year, and all my crew, Ricky and Tate. We're both short staffed tonight. Jakey's racing at Delaware, but they came and helped me out, and big thanks to them. Couldn't do it without them.
Right on. That'll wrap things up from Quick Firestarter Victory Lane. Nick Sheridan here in 3rd. 2nd place, Aaron Turkey. And your winner tonight, Ryan Turner. We're right back live on G-Force TV to talk to our sprint car champion, Corey Turner. We'll be right back live here from Ohsweken.
You're so tasty. Drive me crazy. Ain't nothing I can do.
On the scene since 1949, Fast Eddie was born with a lead foot and a burning need for speed. His passion for speed and sport has been captured in this authentic collection of vintage-themed gear. Created for gearheads, riders, and racers, Fast Eddie truly encompasses the great Canadian racing culture we have from coast to coast. Drive hard, get dirty, and look good doing it. Fast Eddie Speedwear. Get geared up.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on G-Force TV.
Welcome back live to G-Force TV here in Ohsweken Speedway with our 360 Sprint Car Champion, the Core Pack Cool Kids Champion. How about a round of for your driver, guys? Make some noise. Corey gets it done. Corey, congratulations. You know, what a drive it's been. I know Jay and Celeste and the whole Hill family going to be super proud of what you're able to do with this Petro Plus Burger Barn team this year. You're the champ, Corey.
Yeah, thank you. It's an absolute honor to be a champ here. It's not something that's easily done, that's for sure. And I'm so blessed to have Jay and Celeste and their family and all these people here with me. You know, this is not just me. This is a whole team effort. Got to thank, Jay and Celeste, David Swain at Mobile One. I got to thank my grandparents, my in-laws, my parents, my wife Dana. All these guys here, they just they amaze me with how hard they work and how well our stuff's prepared. And we weren't always the fastest car night in and night out, but our stuff always stayed together, and that's a testament to them. I'm just so tired of points racing right now. I just didn't want to get in any trouble there the last 2 weeks. I'm just so happy we got this done, and I promised them I'd take them on a bus tour, so we're going to do that.
All right, there you have it. How about Ohsweken Speedway, your 360 Cool Kids Core Pack champion, Corey Turner.
I want to know where this bus tour is, Adam, don't you? That piqued my interest.
When is the next time Brighton has school bus races?
You're in for the ride of your life.
Strap on your helmets, kids. You did good this year.
Like, honestly, we talking like Canada's Wonderland, the bingo hall? Where are we going on this bus trip?
I think that's to be determined, and we're going to follow up. Tune in to G-Force TV as we follow Corey Turner and his bus.
2 features still to come. Crate Sprint Cars up next to crown a champion there as well. And things are a little tighter for the crate sprints. As Lucas Smith comes in, he has to finish 7th or better, and that's if Eric Gledhill wins the race to clinch the title. That's not going to be easy in this feature. This is an evenly matched division, a lot of drivers that can win on different nights, and Lucas Smith's going to have to do some work to just stay out of trouble.
Well, that's the name of the game, right? You've got to finish. Corey Turner even just said how frustrating it is to points race and have to worry about things, and that is completely out of character for Lucas Smith.
I was going to say, that's the opposite of Lucas Smith. There is probably no one more exciting to watch, I would say, in any division, because Lucas will make moves that just baffle your mind, and he goes full bore, all out, all the time. But tonight, coming into the championship, knowing Lucas and the way he is, I know that championship is on his mind, and he's going to have to race differently, I think. And he's not going to like it.
Lucas is high-strung to begin with, right? He's kind of like a rubber band that's pulled tight.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem for him, because what happens when you get nervous or when you get focused on a championship, you get wound up tight. He's already there. But like you say, it's we'll see how it plays out. Now, looking at the starting lineup, it hasn't gone too badly for him. Let's tell you, in fact, how they're going to line up for this championship race. 28 cars in the field, so got to keep your nose clean, that's for sure. On the pole out of Freelton in the 12 Double D, it's Darren Dryden. On the outside of row 1 from St. Thomas, the 4 is Jesse Costa. Row 2 on the inside, the 88 from Brantford is Lance Erskine, and alongside him, our points leader from Brantford, the 49L of Lucas Smith. Starting 5th from Wainfleet, the BS 39, it's Brett Stratford. Starting 6th from Kitchener, the 50 LS is Adrian Staley. In 7th, in the 45 from Thamesford, it's Curtis Gartley, and alongside him from Rockwood, the 94 is Ryan Fraser. Starting 9th from Waterloo, the 19D is Alan Downey. Starting 10th from Ohsweken, the 77T is Tyler Paulus. Starting 11th from Thamesford, the 7 is Eric Gledhill. Starting 12th from Ancaster, the 51 is Trevor Young. Starting 13th in the 28 from Ohsweken is Jordan Hill. Starting 14th from Woodstock, the 29W is Tyler Ward. Starting 15th from Georgetown, the 2M is Steve Murdoch. Starting 16th from Bowmanville, the 31 is Dale Curran. Starting 17th from Ohsweken, the 99 is Josh Hill. Starting 18th from Rockwood, the 74 is Rob Neely. Starting 19th from Ridgeway, the 85C is Cam McKinnon. Starting 20th from Kitchener, the 2 is Travis Hofstetter. And 21st from Fonthill, the 08 is Stephen Beckett. 22nd from Ohsweken, the MK8 is Matt Hill. 23rd from Thamesford, the 14 is Larry Gledhill. 24th from Port Colborne, the 16R is Seth Roy. 25th in the 77E from Ohsweken, it's Ashton Van Every. And 26th from Salmon Arm, British Columbia, the 26 machine. Starting 26th is John Verney. 27th from Ohsweken, the 9C is Brian Nanakoke. And rounding out the field from Listowel, the 97 is Sheldon Bender. Four 14 rows make up the starting grid for tonight's championship race. In the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Division, a phenomenal season it has been.
Lucas Smith is a champion here at the Speedway in the Bomber Division. What a walk up the ladder that's been for him. From Bombers to Crate Sprints.
And we've got so much young talent here, and Ohsweken Speedway is one of those tracks in Ontario where there are still car owners, right? There's people with teams that'll put drivers in their cars, so you look at people. And folks, get your cell phones ready. We'll start on the back straightaway once again, the pit grandstands. Whip out those cell phones, turn on your flashlights, and wave them to these drivers. They will be in formation, 7 rows of 4. Light them up.
All right, fans on the front stretch, get up, wave these drivers on. They're ready to put on a show for you. They're 4 wide and fancy for you, the fans. This is the Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprints, brought to you by Strickland's.
And they'll maintain formation down through turn number 2. We must have so many pace car rides to give away that they had to bring out 2 pace trucks tonight.
I think we're going to see a pass here in corner 3.
Bump and run. One to go. One of our dominant drivers here this season, Darren Dryden in the 12 Double D, going to start from the pole, but how about Jesse Costa? Now, there was an issue a few weeks ago when Darren Dryden crashed real hard. It was Jesse Costa that he was involved with in that wreck. So they will start side by side directly in front of Lance Erskine in the 88, Lucas Smith in the 49. Take it away, Greg.
Ready to go. Championship night for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division. Can Lucas Smith lock it up? Let's find out. Green flag in the air.
Lucas Smith immediately down the racetrack. He'll run alongside Brett Stratford back in that 5th position. Out in front, it's Darren Dryden.
1 lap on the board. 25 laps tonight for the Crate Sprints as they settle their championship battle. Side by side, Lucas Smith to the inside of Lance Erskine as they go into corner number 3. Here comes Brett Stratford behind them as well.
Gledhill in the 7 machine a little bit deeper, making moves. He's working the inside of the racetrack towards the tail end of the top 10, but out in front, it's all Darren Dryden with Lucas Smith working his way up to the 2nd spot.
This guy could have very well been the champion here in 2022. Out in front, showing why. Flexing the muscle in that 12DD, but some misfortune has kept him out of the chance for a championship.
Towards the back of the pack, they're 2 wide, 3 wide. Heavy traffic back there as Adrian Staley trying to hold off Steve Murdoch for the 6th position. Murdoch heads up to the outside off of turn number 4. Staley glued to the bottom, and right behind them, it's Eric Gledhill in that number 7.
Yeah, 2nd place in points coming into tonight. How about Ryan Fraser? There he is making a pass on Tyler Paulus, and he's having a good run here in the feature. Just put himself into the top 10.
Darren Dryden is closing in on some very heavy, slower traffic, and they are running all over the racetrack. Down low, up high, through the center. Dryden's going to have to choose quickly, but choose wisely.
Best 2 drivers in this division this year are 1 and 2. They make it 3 wide. Does Darren Dryden with lap traffic down the backstretch. Smith closing the gap on the leader. He'll try to work to the inside of Bender, as right now the leader to the inside of Brian Manicoke, and a huge pack of cars right in front of him.
Lucas Smith drove it deep down into turn number 1. That allows Brett Stratford to close in. Stratford going to look to the inside, but Brian Manicoke comes down to run that line. Lucas Smith got way out of shape on the high side.
The 2 winningest drivers this year out in front, 1 and 2, and the guy that's had the most almost this year and should have won is that guy in 3rd place, Brett Stratford. He is knocking on the door for that first feature win.
Darren Dryden's bottled up behind Tyler Ward. Here comes Lucas Smith. He's going to thread the needle and take the lead.
Wow, that's a Lucas Smith move right there. He's not thinking about the championship. He's going for the lead, and he's got it down the back stretch. Darren Dryden 2nd, Stratford trying to reel him in.
If you win every race, you'll win the championship, Greg.
Lucas Smith is driving like he always does. He's out in front with 10 on the board, 15 to go.
Now Lucas Smith has to choose quickly and choose wisely. He gets to the inside of McKinnon, the inside of Seth Roy. Darren Dryden goes through as well, and Dryden drove it down in that hole with confidence.
He had to have confidence because there wasn't a lot of room there. He was committed and did it. He got by Seth Roy, and he stays a car length back off of Lucas Smith.
Brett Stratford is in the conversation. All three of the top three within about half a straightaway. Lucas Smith, man, oh man, he's flirting with disaster, racing along that inside concrete.
Got to go about a straightaway back to Jesse Costa in the 4th spot, and Murdoch with a good top 5 run. He's right behind there. Eric Gledhill's just slipped by him.
Lucas Smith is hung up behind Ashton Van Every. He'll look to the inside of a turn number 4. The hole's kind of there. Van Every, oh my goodness. Van Every didn't see Lucas Smith turn down into the corner. That could have been disaster for the 49.
Lucas Smith to the inside of Trevor Young. He's got Darren Dryden in his tire tracks. Then the lap car of Ashton Van Every and Brett Stratford in 3rd. Those 3 cars have broken away from 4th place Jesse Costa and Eric Gledhill riding in 5th.
Now Lucas Smith trying to get to the inside of Stephen Beckett. He'll do that halfway down the backstretch and drive it into turn 3. Clear the 08 machine, put a lap car between himself and Dryden in 2nd.
Smith now trying to lap Joshua Hill down in 1 and 2. He'll follow in his tire tracks. He's got the lap car of Stephen Beckett between he and Darren Dryden. Now Stratford has cleared the lap car of Trevor Young as he sets his sights on Dryden. He's got Beckett in front of him now.
Lucas Smith has that same move. He just hugs the inside, able to get back to the throttle and stick a nose to the bottom. But every car he tries to make that move on is just a little bit faster than the previous. Now he'll swing to the outside of Josh Hill.
Here comes Darren Dryden closing the gap, but he's right behind Joshua Hill. Smith will lead the lap. 17 on the board, 8 to go, and 1 around. Jordan Hill right up in front of the leaders. He'll keep the foot in the throttle, and we will stay green.
You don't often see that, a spin the opposite direction, keep on the gas, able to keep the show rolling. Lucas Smith headed up towards the outside wall. Alan Downey, a lap car. That doesn't happen very often.
Wow, teammates going at it. Jesse Costa and Eric Gledhill. Gledhill trying to get by Costa for the 4th spot. They had a close call down in corner number 4 as Gledhill in that championship hunt.
And Gledhill's chances getting slimmer and slimmer, but all these close calls for Lucas Smith, that could change things in a heartbeat. As Smith to the inside of Adrian Staley to put him a lap down. He's got a nice cushion right now. 3 lap cars between himself and Darren Dryden in 2nd.
Leader across the line, completes lap 25. Laps left to go for Lucas Smith with that cushion between he and Darren Dryden. Then another 2 cars back to Brett Stratford, who's fading just a little bit now from the top 2.
Yeah, Stratford's kind of settled in there in 3rd spot, not able to work traffic as aggressively as Lucas Smith or Darren Dryden as laps wind down. We're less than 4 laps to go.
Down the backstretch goes Lucas Smith. By Tyler Powless, now working on Lance Erskine as they come down across the stripe. 3 laps left to go. What a drive in the chase for a championship.
Unbelievable. They're 2 wide, 3 wide ahead of Lucas Smith. He gets to the inside of Gartley. Now we'll drive to the inside of Lance Erskine down into 3 and 4. Erskine takes evasive action.
Most drivers racing for a championship will not make the moves that Lucas Smith has made tonight. What a run. He pads the distance he has on Darren Dryden. He's got a bit of breathing room this time by. It'll be the white flag for Lucas Smith.
A little bit of open racetrack out in front of Lucas Smith after he gets around Travis Hofstetter in the 2. But man, he's so fast. He's closing in on lap traffic at ludicrous speed.
Down the back stretch for the final time. Lucas Smith, the 2017 Bomber champion, will work it off of corner 4, and he will be the 2022 Crate Sprint Car champion.
Smith for the win. Darren Dryden comes home 2nd. 3rd, wait for it, is Brett Stratford. How many cars finished on the lead lap, Greg?
17? No, make it 19. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. No. 8 make that. Yeah, 8. It was changing there, and 8 cars on the lead lap at the end. Ryan Fraser was the last car on the lead lap.
I don't know what could feel better for a young racer like Lucas Smith than winning the championship. Maybe if it was come from behind Cinderella story, but to go out there and win the race, forget about being defensive, forget about being careful, go out there and do your thing and win it.
Dale Curran, first race of the year, drives from 16th up to 7th. So good job for Dale Curran. Keeps the car on the lead lap. Good solid run as we see Lucas Smith celebrating.
Nice donut.
Hard not to cheer for this guy. Man, he is so exciting to watch.
And I'll tell you, on the podium down there are 3 ferocious go-kart racers. Whether it was road course, all 3 of them ran road course. Brett Stratford ran a lot of oval stuff. They were elite go-kart racers.
Oval Fireworks lighting it up. He wins the race, wins the championship, and will send it down to Quick Victory Lane with Clinton. Jeffrey Clinton, not very often a guy going for the championship does it this way.
Now there is one for the ages. How about at Ohsweken Speedway? Let them know you appreciate your Strickland crate champion, Lucas Smith. We'll get him down, have a word. Remember, guys, we talked about him. He offered his car up, this actual car, for executives to drive on Wednesday. Said if they wreck it, we'll get another one. Don't worry about it. And we told Lucas, no, man, you got a championship to win, and he got it done. We'll get him around here and talk to us. Come on around front, Lucas. We'll get in a word with Brett Stratford and Darren Dryden as well in just a moment's time. And you said it best, Adam. These go-karters have put on an amazing season this year and put on some wild racing. Lucas Smith getting ready to throw on the epic racewear championship hat and talk to us. Luke, man, you got it done. Congratulations, you're the 2022 champion. Lucas, man, you did it with reckless abandon, though. You weren't not points racing tonight. Man, you stuck it in there a few spots where you probably didn't want to.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't have to go for it, but when the opportunity presented itself, I cannot say no. This means the world to me. Like, just to win a race, but to be champion at this speedway is amazing. It's been an amazing year. I can't thank everyone involved with our program enough. We weren't even sure we were going to come out this year, so to win it all and win the championship night, it means so much to me. Thank you to all my sponsors, National Building Group, Good Minds Books, Jeff Burnham, Todd Alger, Retail Design Group, National Cedar Springs Water Haulage, Paris Factory Rides. Thank you to all the fans, the Speedway, Clint, Glenn for giving us this amazing venue to race at. Thank you so much to my friends and family, my crew, for helping me all season long and being there whenever I needed them. Thank you, everyone.
How about, ladies and gentlemen, Lucas Smith, your champ. We'll give him the champagne, and we're going to get out of the way here. Darren, disappointing, bittersweet night for you to see Lucas grab that championship, so I'm sure you had a shot in it, but I'm sure you'll re-chalk and get ready to go for next season.
Yeah, honestly, it's a great night for us to be as strong as we were. You know, lap traffic, we didn't have the best luck through there. But all in all, we had an amazing piece, and all throughout the year, anytime we didn't have any, bad luck, we've always been on the concrete pad here. So we definitely, finished the year off with the most amount of wins in the regular season, so that's a huge accomplishment for the team. And got to thank my father, John Dryden, for all the work he does. Steve Gary, my mechanic, for all the work he does and getting this thing set up perfectly each night. All my sponsors, too. Got to thank 3M, Humberview Parts, Pudsey Landscaping, BJ Custom Finishes, Expert Transmission, Epic Racewear, Indy, Burnside, Desert Ends Insurance, M&M Products, Quality Appliances, Unique Metal Concepts, Custom Coatings, and DJD Graphics.
Right on. Darren Dryden grabs the second spot here. We'll get over here and talk to Brett Stratford. Brett, man, you're coming at these races. You're close. Pretty awesome to have 3 outstanding go-karters here jumping up into the crate sprints. Brett, you still got a couple races left. Can you grab one here in 2022?
Yeah, I don't know. I actually, for the first half of that race, I actually thought we had a shot, and then I just got trapped behind a lap car, and I gave him a bumper a little bit. I didn't want to push the subject because I saw on the scoreboard that I had quite a gap over fourth, and I just didn't want to do anything stupid, so I just hung on, and yeah, it is what it is, right?
Solid drive, Brett Stratford third in the BS 39 down here. Second place, Darren Dryden. And your winner and champion in 2022, Lucas Smith gets it done. We'll be right back live here from Ohsweken Speedway on G-Force TV. We have one feature event to go. It's for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks.
So who exactly is Fast Eddie? More than just a man, it's the mindset that runs through our blood like oil through an engine. Whether on the track or on the street, Fast Eddie is the spirit that drives us to go fast and keep going. Born in 1949 with no time to look in the rear-view mirror. Every story is worth telling, and every piece of Fast Eddie apparel has its own. Celebrate our mindset. This is Fast Eddie. This is combustion culture. FastEddieSpeedwear.com.
Don't waste your time and money at the chain store. They got the best auto parts, brake parts, suspension parts, and dealer parts too. The website's so easy to use. The lowest prices and fast delivery too. All the parts your car will ever need. All the savvy folks are buying parts at rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com.
Back live here on G-Force TV. Epic Racewear presents Championship Night. Well, the championships for the sprint cars have been decided. Corey Turner for the 360 sprints, and it's Lucas Smith for the crate sprints. We have one feature left to go. This division isn't crowning the champion tonight, but it's pretty much decided. Tyler LaFantasy with 6 feature wins. We've got 4 other drivers that have 1 win. He's got a 133-point lead. He basically didn't need to show up tonight or next week, but he's here to run the race. And 10 features, 10 top 5, 6 of those wins. Not much more you can say. No one even came close to that. Boy, oh boy, what a year for Tyler LaFantasy.
He was the car to beat, and most nights, nobody beat him.
But the thing is with him, it wasn't dominating performance the last 5 laps. Oh, he's back in the lead again. He was there when it counted.
Right place at the right time. Johnny on the spot.
Here we go with the starting lineup for our final feature of the night. Steve Miller draws the pole for this one. He's from Paris in the 79. Christopher French alongside him. He's from Stratford in the 54. Back in row 2 on the inside, Ashton Dickey out of Brantford in the 46 tonight. And the pinball, Mike Giverson from Caledonia in the 11. He rolls off 4th. Going from 5th, Mike Sirantakos out of Smithville in the 6X. And alongside him with a heat race win tonight out of Guelph, car 1, Jason Tolton. Starting in 7th out of Waterdown, the 01, Tristan De Silva. And going from the 8th spot from New Hamburg, the 21H's Ryan Hiller. Going from the 9th position, he has a feature win this year, Eric York out of Smithville in the 51. Alongside him going from 10th out of Beachville, the 60 is Martin Schroeder. Tim DeBoer starts in 11th. He's in car number 9 out of York, Ontario. Alongside him from Linden, the 11E, Jeff Elslager. Going from 13th from Waterford, car 4, Wade Thorne. And Jeremy May is listed in the 10J, but we think it might be Broden Weiler in the 10J tonight. From Haggers, he is not from Hagersville. He's from Simcoe. Dusty DeBoer from Hagersville in the 23. He starts 15th. 16th, Nick Erskine out of Brantford in the 64. Tyler LaFantasy, the point leader, 6 wins on the year from Thorold in the 96. He'll start 17th. And Rodney Rutherford, he picked up a $1,000 paycheck this year in the mini stocks. He's from Waterdown in the 24. He goes 18th. Starting in 19th, Sean Cuse out of Beamsville in the 7B starts 19th. In the 20th spot, it's Dave Goodacre from Brantford in the 5. Starting in 21st out of Cambridge, the 69 of Rob Twitchett. And Nico Hansen lines up to his outside in the 22nd starting spot. He's from Beamsville in the 27. Starting 23rd, Fabio Oliveri. He has a feature win this year. He's from Ancaster in the 16 machine. And going from the 24th spot from St. Catharines, the 77th, Scott Brown. 25th starting spot, Paul Longboat out of Ohsweken, the 188. Jeremy Hughes starts 26th, Mike Evers 27th, and Rick Van Cleef goes 28. How about we do a quick fired up the sights and sounds of the HRW mini stocks coming to life. Some racetracks on some nights, it's hard to find anyone racing side by side, and those first couple of laps, there is so much to watch. I don't think I realized without having to call it how much goes on, especially middle of the pack.
In fairness, and I was thinking about this earlier tonight, we can't think about what we say, because by the time you think the moment's over, you just have to speak because it happens so quickly.
Here we go right now. It's Christopher French out in front. He's got Jason Tolton, Ryan Hiller, a couple of drivers that need some good runs. So does that 0-1 of Tristan De Silva. Those top four would all love to finally crack victory lane. First guy with a win is right behind him, that 51 of Eric York.
Wow, nice move by Tristan De Silva up the outside. You know, Tolton wanted to come up towards the wall, but he was still making his move on French. De Silva giving French a bit of a push, returns 1 and 2. Giddy up, it's time to go.
Tristan De Silva is a former winner here back in 2019, but not yet this season. They're all right behind Christopher French, who will lead at the line. Boy, that was a close call with Tristan De Silva.
And De Silva doesn't, he's going to go to the inside. I was going to say De Silva wants to stay up on the high side, but he goes to the inside of French. French might have had a problem there. It looked like everybody got bottled up behind him. De Silva out in front. Hiller to second in the 21. They're going to battle.
I knew it. Jason Tolton, I think that right front went down when he contacted Christopher French. Saw the smoke on the backstretch and watched him go into 3, and sure enough, it went all the way up the hill. What a heartbreaker for Jason Tolton, who's been so strong at times this year.
We stay under green. Tristan De Silva out front in the Jib 01. Ryan Hiller in that beautiful number 21 machine runs second, and we're halfway through. No, we're not. We're not halfway through, Dave.
I was going to say, we're a
little premature, Dave Hunsinger.
Almost. So it's Tristan De Silva out in front. Ryan Hiller in that second position with Eric York riding in third. Now's the cross flags. In all fairness, it is an odd numbered race.
I'd be confused. I don't have enough fingers to make that calculation. Eric York closing in on the race leaders, the top 3 with a gap. Back to Tim DeBoer and Wade Thorne side by side racing for 4th. LaFantasy, we talk about his ability to rise up at the end of these races. He is mired deep in this pack.
Yeah, this is the deepest I think I've seen him struggling this year to make any moves. And different racing surface maybe playing into that a little bit here tonight, but it's all Tristan De Silva, Ryan Hiller, and Eric York. Then a gap back to Wade Thorne and Tim DeBoer, who are side by side.
De Silva holding a pretty wheel, but boy, did he ever get sideways going into turn 3 that time. That allows Hiller to close the gap down the front straightaway. De Silva's running great through 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, that entry to 3 gave him problems a couple of times. Let's see if he can sort it out this time.
Black flag going to Paul Longboat in the 188, so he'll have to head to the pit area as De Silva works around Dave Goodacre with Hiller in tow. York right behind them, 1, 2, and 3, staying single file. Wade Thorne's broken away from Tim DeBoer now, trying to catch the top 3.
4 laps to go. It'll be 3 laps this time at the stripe, and that top 3 is going to be tough to catch. They're doing a nice job running some good lap times out there. Hiller about a car length and a half off the back of our race leader, Tristan De Silva.
Here comes York, shows the nose down to the inside of Hiller as they work off of corner number 2. York with a feature win this year, trying to challenge here for his second on the season. He'll work to the inside of the 21H of Ryan Hiller.
De Silva just ran a great line through 3 and 4. He found something there. He drove it a lot deeper, a lot straighter into the turn, and the car stuck. So he's got about 2.5 car lengths over Ryan Hiller, running in the second spot as the white flag about to be displayed.
Off of corner 4 comes Tristan De Silva, riding that outside line to perfection here tonight. White flag is out. Hiller is edged ahead of York, and now Thorne has caught those two.
One last opportunity for Hiller as he wiggles a little bit in 1 and 2. That allows De Silva to open the gap just a little bit more. York going to look to the inside of Hiller. No, he falls back in line.
Off of corner 4, checkers out. Tristan De Silva will pick up win number 2 in his career. Hiller second, York third, then it's Wade Thorne, Tim DeBoer, Dusty DeBoer, Rodney Rutherford, Nico Hansen, Christopher French, and Jeff Elslager complete the top 10. Good run for some drivers there.
Yeah, I was watching that race waiting for the bad luck to happen because it's been that way all season long. Tristan De Silva has had some speed. He's run near the front. How about that, Mom? He got it done.
2019, Tristan De Silva won the second last mini stock feature of the season. He'll do it again here in 2022. His second career HRW Automotive Mini Stock feature win. And think about that hard hit he took back in corner 3 earlier on in the season. They've had a rough year. They wrecked down here in corner 4. He's going to forget all about that tonight, Clinton Jeffrey.
Well, he wastes no time getting out of the Let's Landscape Jibs Leggett 0-1 here. Tristan De Silva wins the feature tonight. And we'll get him down and have a word with him. Ryan Hiller also here along with Eric York.
We've got to train our drivers. We've got some good-looking young drivers. They got to peel those helmets off before they do their celebrations. Ryan Hiller comes over to congratulate Tristan De Silva. Amazing sportsmanship, and talk about a racing family. Brother Kyle, Mom De Silva. I'm sure Mark is on his way from the pits.
Tristan gets a hug from the family. Come on around and talk to us. Eric York in to shake his hand as well. Well, Tristan, you won the second to last race last time we were here for a full season. You do it again this year. Great drive here, man. This car has been beat up this year, and your crew just resilient, puts it back together, and you grab a win here tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's been week after week of just constant faults and damages, and not blaming anyone in particular, but to finally get the car hooked up right, back to where it used to be back in 2019, and finally be standing back here again, it's over the top of the moon.
Amazing job. The track looked like it was still pretty good for you guys tonight.
Oh, yeah, well, right before the feature, we were kind of watching the sprint cars on the live stream, watching them all kind of lose it, so we dropped the right wheel pressure, and we were able to stick it to that top side like it was nothing.
Right on. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tristan De Silva grabs the win. We'll get over here and talk to Ryan Hiller. Ryan, great run for you. I mean, solid drive, man. Anytime you can end up here in quick fire starter victory lane, even if you're not in the top spot, it's still nothing to be ashamed of. Great run.
Yeah, we've had a really up and down year this year, but there's definitely no guy I'd rather finish second to. Tristan's had an extremely tough year, and I know those guys have worked really hard in the off week there and get everything back together, so really happy for him, that's for sure.
Right on. Ryan Hiller comes in second. We'll jump over here and grab third. Eric, solid drive for you. I mean, this car's been pretty quick this year. You've been in the mix enough. Are you happy with how your season went?
Yeah, I'm learning as I go, and having some good runs, having some okay runs. Spend too much time searching around the track for grip. It's all new to me. You know, on asphalt, you just pick one line, and that's where you run. Right here, you got to look around and try to find speed. And so I'm learning. I'm happy. I couldn't be. I mean, I got a win on my rookie year. How much more can you ask for?
For sure. Still smiling. Eric York third, second place Ryan Hiller, and our feature winner tonight, Tristan De Silva. Guys, that takes us home. We got a long weekend still ahead. We're headed down to Brighton. Finish us off, guys.
Another good night of racing, Adam. The championship's decided for the sprint cars. Stock cars still to go at it next week. We've got some modified racing next week as well here at the Big O, which will be good. 358s and Sportsman.
Sportsman, what a great word. We've got a lot of them here. The division's going to race here next week, but I'm still blown away by the interviews that we hear in Victory Lane. You know, at the end of the heat of battle, and you have drivers that are happy for each other. Like, what?
Yeah,
where does that happen?
Great compliment there, Ryan Hiller to Tristan De Silva and Eric York as well. So great night of racing, and as Clinton said, we still have plenty to go this weekend. Of course, 2 weeks left here at the Big O, 3 races in total. Make sure you join us next Friday, and 2 Fridays from now, it'll be Canadian Sprint Car Nationals weekend and Saturday night as well. So join us for that. That will wrap things up. On behalf of the Steyers family and all of our staff and officials, and on behalf of Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross, I'm Greg Kelden saying so long. Don't forget to join us the next 2 nights on G-Force from Brighton Speedway. Copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of G-Force TV. G-Force TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.